them know that we are the American indigenous. Copper color Indians, baby. A real Indian, American Indian is me, not from Africa. Remember that.
African Americans here, but they recently moved here from places like Kenya, Ethiopia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. But now the brother whose family's lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations, New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago, even if he's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa in search of your race, you'll find out quick, you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space. Why you keep trying to attach yourself to a continent where even if you got the chance to go and you went, most people that wouldn't even claim you as one of them.
And we are not Africans. We are not African. Are you an African, baby? I'm not no African. Nigga, you a lying motherfucker. You nigga talking about we African. You African.
Yeah. Conscious. Matic. Alright, so far away I come from. I sit and wonder about the times that it made sense, but nowadays I don't worry about what's past tense. My younger days I used to hang around with mad friends. If we just fell out, I don't really know what happened. A lot of people come around and keep you stagnant, distraction. So yeah, don't show them no compassion. We was really out here grinding, really rapping, stacking them Franklins, them Grants, and them Jacksons. Imagine if we would've never chased our passion. We probably would've never knew what happened. They was all just talk, we showed action. Once they leave, don't you let them back in. Just pack up all their stuff and send them packing. I'm blacking on anybody thinking they could act up with me. This vibe ain't for free, cause where I'm at in life, I'm only focused on me. Note the self, know yourself, focus on your health. They don't wanna help, then fuck it, do it by yourself. Don't give them no excuse to put you on the shelf. If it's me, myself, and I, then there's no one else. Yeah. Self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
Yeah, practice what you preaching, but clearly they not practicing entitlement and pride. Yeah, those two things they factor in. Spiral out of control just from all the bantering. When they accustomed to talking behind your back with all that chattering. I remove myself before I abuse myself. Talk about self-love, but you gotta do it yourself. Yeah, I won't act too good for no help. We all healing now. Said some things about me that ain't true. How you feeling now? Even now my lowest, they tried to find a way to bring me down. Big y'all up for years, ain't talking just the brand or the sound. I don't throw things around, I do it from the heart proud. Mama just wanna see her sunshine, removing them dark clouds.
Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself. ISO Dama. Woo! Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Yo, it's too many. Hey, it's too many. Yo, it's too many. Yo, it's too many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't gotta lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. It's young conscious, you, my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the dudes. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stoop, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't what you really could do, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't switch side with no cruise, we just stayed out of the loop. Now we out here letting it loose, every shot we took it was swoosh. Gotta get it, ain't no excuse, ain't left to prove. Hey, yeah, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Yo, it's too many, hey, it's too many. Yo, it's too many.
Yeah, ask them a real question, yeah, I bet it's all lies. Hey, they won't cross that line for a fact that's offsides. Hey, in the driveway. They just want the praise like they Yahweh. Getting so much bread, get a ride way. We done already won, yeah, that's worth the ride way. But they still lying right through their teeth, and they still hiding behind many truths. They was D9, watch my every move, tell them keep trying. Leave that shit on scene, I ain't replying. Less I know you, that don't mean I'm Hollywood. That just mean I'm Hollywood. All y'all, I probably stood on the falls, all cause. More times I probably should. I don't know nobody like us. You see how much time it took.
Yeah, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many lies, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many, it's too many, hey, it's too many, yo, it's too many, whoa, hey, it's too many lies, hey, yeah, ISO, Indies, Dama, ISO, Dama. Too many lies, look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't gotta lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. Young conscious, shoot my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the dudes. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stoop, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't what you really could do, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't switch side with no cruise, we just stayed out of the loop. Now we out here letting it loose, every shot we took it was swoosh. Gotta get it, ain't no excuse, ain't left to prove. Hey, yeah, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies. Yo, it's too many, hey, it's too many, yo, it's too many.
Yeah, ask them a real question, yeah, I bet it's all lies. Hey, they won't cross that line for a fact, that's all sides. Hey, too much penalties when they run this back, yeah, it's fines. Hey, could've been here with us, but we do not force no vibes. Hey, she gon' ride the whip and let me park it in the driveway. They just want the praise like they Yahweh. Getting so much bread, get a ride way. We done already won, yeah, that's worth the ride way. But they still lying right through their teeth, and they still hiding behind many truths. They was D9, watch my every move, tell them keep trying. Leave that shit on scene, I ain't replying. Less I know you, that don't mean I'm Hollywood. That just mean I'm Hollywood. All y'all, I probably stood on the falls, all cause. More times I probably should. I don't know nobody like us. You see how much time it took.
Yeah, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many lies. Hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many, it's too many, hey, it's too many, yo, it's too many. Whoa. Hey, it's too many lies, hey. Yeah, ISO, Indies, Dama. ISO, Dama.
Button, y'all. Smash it, yeah. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, y'all. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It feels real good to be an Aboriginal. Smash that like button, y'all, please. Yeah, 102 people. Where the hell they at? Come on. Come on. Hey, now. So, I'm just going to get it on in. How y'all doing today? Man, I tell you, Friday, when I was on my little Nana duty. Hey, Quoa, Art and Clay. Hey, now, Bridget, Rodney, St. Louis, Juice, Open to Knowledge. Wow. Oh, Quasi, uh, Lavinia, Creighton. How you doing, sis? All right, now, Marigold and Lies Unplugged. He who enlightens. Hey, y'all. That's right. Smash that like button, please. Yep, let's come on in here. Look, Twitter, y'all should get it now. Now y'all got to stop being shy, for real, from coming on the panel. Damn, it's YouTube. What I'm gonna do to you on YouTube? Okay, yeah, I have a strong personality, but that's the North. It's harmless, for real. I speak my mind, and you should be able to speak your mind too. You should be able to speak your truth too. Hey, Jeremy. Hey, now. And y'all, don't beat nobody down with the wrench. I'll let you know when somebody really needs to be sniped. Don't snipe nobody today, y'all, okay? Moderators, I'm going to let you know. All right, snipe his or her butt out of here. Snipe him. Hey, Straight Smoke. He who enlightens Juice. Salute, y'all. Smash that like button, y'all. I don't know what's good. So I'm gonna speak my mind today. But Friday, I had like a little 24-hour bug. And I think, no, Saturday. Yeah, Friday night or Saturday morning, I had a really bad bug. And I was supposed to do the level one class for establishing your family. The first class the night before I thought was just awesome. It was a nice small group. It's what I expected, because when you have to turn your camera on, your choices change. We have YouTube community that don't like to turn their cameras on. And to me, that's a sign of deceit. And it's a design. It's a real sign of deceit. Now, I know my tribe members. That's not an issue. But the public is mad deceit. To me, that's a sign of being deceitful, coming in trying to steal, coming in just being, deceitful, laugh, and, and guilt, coming in here and fake ass names and, trying to humiliate me with fake names, right? Avatars in the chat, but can't come up and be a man or a woman and sit up on the panel and vibe with me. Obviously, it's something about my energy that fucks you up. But don't let my energy fuck you up, because you should be able to speak. If you're a woman, you should be able to speak your mind too. A real woman speaks her mind. For real. For real, for real. A real woman speaks her mind. There's no reason to hold back on what's inside. And I let it out. I don't owe nobody nothing but the truth and how I feel. And the truth, period. And that's a fact. And I'm going to get into it. So y'all, I'm going to go and check out Twitter and see what the hell they doing. Because that's my bigger audience. I don't know what the hell going on with my Twitter witters. But it is what it is. Hey, y'all, Twitter folks. Give me a minute, y'all, while I go over here to Twitter. I know I'm streaming to Twitter. Let me see. Twitter. I'm going in my Twitter. Unless they just all busy. I am live. Let me do this. I am live. Where are you? Copy. I am live right now. Tap in. Usually it'd be my Twitter folks that's be coming up in here. Tap in. So I'm streaming over here now. Definitely. I already did it this morning. So maybe I'll clear my cache and try it again. Twitter, whatever. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to Twitter. And I'm going to clear the cache. Ooh, every time I come in here, I got to go and tingle because of drinking all that water. So give it a few minutes, y'all. All right. So Twitter good. Okay. So let me see here. Oh, I got to go. Hey, Straight Smoke. So give me a minute. I just notified. I'm live. There it is. So give me a minute, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm going to go on my lady break now so I don't have to go later. But I'll be right back. Thank you. Hey, listeners. Hey, y'all. So,
Hey, Sister Bethy.
hey, how are you? I just
Doing
got
well. How
back
you
here. I had to
doing?
run to the ladies' room, girl. I'm just up here drinking so much water because I feel a lot
Good.
better. Because anyway, I was just addressing them until I had to run to the ladies' room. But anyway, y'all, here's the thing. I'm going the class for establishing your family tribe will resume this Saturday. It's every Saturday at 6 Eastern. Okay. So that includes this Saturday. All right. And I hope to see you there. I had to cancel this past Saturday, or was it Sunday? I forget which day, because I came down with a 24-hour bug. And I think it's probably from my grandsons because I was on Nana duty. And but I'm fine now. I'm perfectly fine. But hey, can't touch this. Um, so what I want to get into today is, and I'm gonna speak my mind. Smash the like as you come in, y'all. I'm gonna speak my mind. And I'm gonna say the truth, and I'm gonna say why. And isness, I'm gonna ask you, to speak your mind too. Don't hold back. I could be wrong, but it's just my personal thought. But from what I see, being in here 5 years now, I think that's a long enough time. But don't hold me to me because technically it's been since Martin Luther King. And I find that we Aborigines slash Indians, I use that interchangeably, those two words. And I tell you, it damn sure feels good to be Aboriginal American Indian on your own soil. And I'm feeling that and I love it. And I love how I'm feeling about myself, energy wise, internal. Um, I personally do not believe and can't see. And it's not that I don't want to see it, but I know and I feel it that we Aborigines, aka Indians here, African Americans, Black Hebrew Israelites, Muslims, we ain't ever, from what I see, we will never, ever come together. I'm convinced. And it's not that I'm manifesting that, it's just facts. It's facts. I just don't believe that we'll ever, ever come together as a people. I don't believe it's going to ever happen. I think when it was a time that we were together, that was it. That was the end of it. I don't see, and maybe it's because I know energy wise, psychologically wise, maybe it's not all of us that need to come together. When I say that, I mean we Aborigines slash Indians of the North American mainland soil, African Americans, Moors, Black Hebrew Israelites, five
Israelites.
percenters, yep, 5%ers, Muslims. Maybe it's destined and already been set in stone that we will not come together. And the only ones that will come together are us Aborigines, aka American Indians. That's probably what the problem is, because we have nothing to do with all the other ones outside of us. Maybe that's what it is. We're not supposed to be waiting to be coming together and trying to get together with Africans and Africans Americans and Moors and Black Hebrew Israelites and Muslim. Maybe that's what it is. And we're waiting on the wrong shit. What's your thought? As I'll give my reasons after. What's your thought?
I think as long as our religion oversteps our lineage, then you may be right. But if we all can agree that we are from the same line, or those of us, if we just agree that we're from the same lineage, then I think we'll be okay. Because I could be Aboriginal and go to church. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
if I feel like my church makes me supposed to hate you, even though you're Aboriginal also, then there's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, can you be like a little bit more clear on what you mean?
okay, so I really think, as I say this, I don't, I'm not quite sure, but I think religion seems to cut and divide, right? Because we will ally with a so-called stranger in the name of religion, right? So if I'm, let's say, a Muslim American, I could go and
Mm-hmm.
ally with somebody in Morocco or Saudi Arabia more than I would my cousin got the same blood running through us. But
Mm-hmm.
once we realize how important our blood is, and that is our deciding factor, and then on top of that, we can be a bougie girl, or we could be a religious person, or a newscaster, or, those things are supposed to be stacked on top. But the bottom line is we're supposed to be Aboriginal, and that's supposed to, our Aboriginal needs should always come first. Right. And one of those needs are not selling out your ancestral land. So if we came as a community on an ancestral basis, I think we will be okay. But will we ever be able to kick out religion? You know, I don't know. Or will we be able to get? You see these Christians right now. they I don't know. They acting like if you like some of these people, some of these Christians are acting like if you like Trump or you don't support Joe Biden, that you're somehow a cult and a cultist. Well, if we can't even get it through an election, how are we gonna come together? So I don't know.
Mm. Well, here's what I believe. I personally, oh God, I here's my thought. It, it's not only I don't think it's not only religion that's messing us up. I can't believe my YouTube people are and my I can't believe my Twitter folks are not over here. Maybe they're all on their little state jobs. But anyway, here's what I feel. I feel that we will never get together. It's not only religion. It's not. Well, yes and no. It's because to me, based on what I've been learning in YouTube, the teachings that have been taught about our people, it's not good enough. I the story about the African American story is capped to the fullest. The story about the Moors, to me, based on all the literature that's been shared in YouTube is cap. It's not believable. It's actually unbelievable because of its ancient timings. Black Hebrew Israelites, that clearly came strictly from the Bible. There's no other history other than the Bible where it comes from. And then the Nation of Islam, Muslims, whatever, however they identify, and the 5%ers. All this comes from a book a dude wrote. And it's just all, to me, unbelievable. Now, when it comes to the Muslims, Nation of Islam, or whatever, however you call them, and all those other organizations like it, like 5%er stuff and all that, that doesn't add up with our history at all either. None of it. And I mean, clearly, when reading literature and documents, nobody on here talks about a fact where their parent or grandparent spoke about any of these organizations at their dinner table, or these group of beings that's been here on this landmass. Nobody across the states sat down like in the late 1960s, 70s, and talked about these us being these people. So what happened? You got a community of people who are probably Iroquois and Algonquins, because that's where all of them went. When they went out of power, they went to all the big major city hoods. And all these religious groups popped up in our major city hoods across the 50 states. It wasn't part of our ancient history because, or in any time when we were in power as legislators, when we were in the South and the North, okay? These legislators, Black governors, none of them talked about Moors or Muslims or Africans or Black Hebrew Israelites. None of them in any of their speeches. Oliver Dunn, none of them. So this is why I say we're never, ever going to come together as a people, because we were not Africans, Americans. We were not Moors. We were not Black Hebrew Israelites, and we were not Muslims. Those things, those bodies came in our community and recruited us to align with them, including Christianity. So by us sitting around waiting, what are we waiting for? We should only be waiting, as far as I'm concerned, if we're going to come together. I don't think our focus as Aboriginals to the mainland North America, focus should be on, I don't feel that our focus should be on waiting for African Americans, Moors, Black Hebrewites, and Muslims to consolidate and come together and work as a people. I don't think that's the plan. That's supposed to be the plan. Seriously. Back when Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was marching and stuff, those people were not marching with him. Moors and all this stuff. I didn't see any of them. Dr. King didn't even speak about none of them. Moor, the word Moor never even came out of his mouth. If he did, excuse me. African American never came out of his mouth. Never. So I think as Aboriginals, aka Indians, We should only just focus on Aboriginals and Indians and leave the other group of people alone because they're not us. That's not our history. And I don't want to work with, me personally, a group of people that's not part of us. Africans, that's not part of us. That's not who we are. So why even bother waiting for people claiming to be African Americans? We not supposed to be waiting to do business with them. They're not us. Moors. What? We're not. That's not us. They're of Berber and Arab descent, according to federal law. Why are we trying to hook up with them? I don't even need to see any more of their teachings. Okay, the ones that are running around trying to say they're Moors, they're trying to teach this UCC bullshit. Okay, to evade taxes. This government or no other government did business with Moors. Not so. Why? So I think we're wasting time when we say we need to pull together. We don't, yeah, we Indians need to pull together. That's it. The ones of this land. Because everything I mentioned outside of Indian ain't part of this landmass.
You know, these religions are like businesses. So that's like me saying I can't understand whatever it is that you're saying right now because I'm aligned with Dell Computer, right? Dell Computer
Mm-hmm.
Industries, and I'm down with Dell. So whatever it is that you're talking about, I can't really hear you because I'm repping Dell or I'm repping Apple or something like that, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're getting with these religions is it's a corporation. It's a way to control because that Christianity worked very well. Let me tell you, okay, it
Mm-hmm.
worked good. So us some other people was like, oh, let me throw my business out there. And so that's where you're getting all of these other groups who have come since the quote unquote pilgrims, right? So all
Mm-hmm.
it is just it's just business, a way to capitalize and get money, and we're falling for the okie doke, acting like these businesses are are somehow our family, and they're not your family. They're just a business. It's somebody's business.
Mm-hmm. Well, my uh y- well, you talking about the I'm not understanding you clear. I don't want to respond.
All
And
right, I'm saying the religions, the Moors that's coming along, right? You got your Israelites that's coming along. You got your 5%ers that's coming along. You got your Jehovah Witnesses that's come along. You got Mormons. You got Church of God in Christ. All these different things are businesses. And people are aligning themselves with businesses. That's all they are. They're just somebody's corporation.
well, yeah, that's true. That's
And
very
so,
true.
and they're taking these businesses a tad bit too seriously. And so what they're saying is that they can't, they're basically being used to divide people from coming together on their own landmass because these people are aligning themselves with a business, a fake corporation. Because spirituality is free, right? It don't have a name.
Uh-huh. Well, the way I see it, we're never going to come together as a people. And I think that we should take our focus away from those particular groups and move on as Aborigines, aka Indians. And that doesn't consist of Moors. Moors are not indigenous to the Americas. When I say Aborigines, aka Indians, I mean one and the same and nothing else, claiming to be that from outside of actual Aborigines/Indians.
Right.
I don't think we should. I personally affiliate ourselves with those groups. We should just stay away from them.
Right. I agree. I mean, I don't think that if a person has a God or, they want to believe in God and all this other type of stuff, I don't feel like it should be a conflict, but for some reason it's becoming a conflict and is getting in the way. It's like some people use their, so here we are as Aboriginals and say they identify as a different gender or some type of sexuality. They'll trump the Aboriginal and start trying to represent this other group over here, where it becomes
Hmm.
detrimental for the whole group. When you're just an Aboriginal person and you may enjoy these other different things. You know what I mean? So I get you. Are you saying
Yeah,
that people should be
I mean,
atheists?
no, 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 no. That's far away from what I'm saying. I'm saying that because of the differences in belief of who we are. Now, we say we are Aborigines, aka Indians, American Indians, you know, indigenous to the soil, right? Now, and this is my thought because it's always going to keep me in confusion and the problem. And I have my colleagues, that continuously try to tell me that, oh, it's it's a it's a misnomer. So it's a
What's a
it's a
misnomer?
well
Aboriginal?
it's a descriptive term,
Right.
and I don't I don't believe that because there's not enough evidence or information for me to believe that all these names are just descriptive terms of us. I don't believe it.
And that's wrong and that's insulting. If I came from Colombia and I'm saying that I'm a Colombian from the start, no one will say, "Oh, you're just being a descriptive term." You know what I mean? They'll be like, "Oh, okay." So, I just don't understand. Like when you're saying that you're American and you're the Aboriginal American, why is there an issue, and why is there these religious groups to block it?
Hmm.
Because I
Exactly.
could tell you it's real.
Great. So I don't, I don't know what else to say unless somebody else has a different story, no matter what they're trying to show of them being, you know, us by descriptive term. They have not given enough information to say that they're us and that's who we are. And they get angry because, but they should not be angry.
You shouldn't be angry.
Because I mean, nothing about those other people. When I say that, I'm talking African American, Moors, Black Hebrew, all of them. None of them are mentioned anywhere. They're not even acknowledged as being, you know, the Aborigines to North American landmass, and they're nowhere in history written, not over here as being Aborigines.
Right. But isn't it true that the Moors are saying that their doctrine says that they're Aboriginals? Which I don't understand because I see a lot of Moors fighting. So that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if you can enlighten me on that. Is it
Say
true
that
that there's
again.
some of the Moor, I've heard a Moor person said that their doctrine is saying that we are the Aboriginals. But then I see a lot of other people who are claiming to be Moors saying that we're not Aboriginals, that we're Moors.
Hmm.
Is there Which one is the right one? Is it
I
true
don't.
that they? Okay.
I don't. I guess I don't understand the question.
You have some more saying that we're Aboriginals, that they're wild Indians. But then I'll hear other people say that we're not Indian people, that we are Moors.
Hmm.
Which one is which is the doctrine?
I think both of them are, are are accurate in saying that we as a people are not Moors, because we're not. We are literally not Moors. No one in our families across these 50 states ever mentioned that term or name of us being the people. And then also for them saying they built America. No, there's no documental history or anything that says Moors built America and then all these other countries. What we know, I mean, come on. The Aborigines built this company, this country, and this soil. And the Aborigines, aka American Indians of mainland, we there's no history of them ever saying they were Moors. But they
Right.
built these facilities and these houses and then went to other countries like they do today. They still contract with other countries to build building and do construction. And it wasn't no black Moors. And it's just putting a bad taste in my mouth. Our ancestors built this country, and it is well known that we built this country.
Well, we have a pattern of people who are coming from afar, whether you're a Black European or an African or just a white European or whatever other. We have a pattern of people coming over here trying to tell us what we ain't and who we are, right? And so this just fits in that pattern.
Correct.
And since I've it's oh go on.
No. Go. You're flowing. I agree.
And since what I'm just saying is just since I've been in this community, I'm seeing that when it comes to even the Israelites, I didn't think that they would be so opposed to someone saying that they're Indian or Aboriginal. I really didn't see how that is a conflict. I don't see how that's a conflict, right? But they're really fighting, and I just don't understand why. So what they're saying is they're aligning themselves to Israel, which didn't exist, right?
Uh-huh.
Or this particular place didn't exist, but somehow it exists now. And so they're aligning themselves with this new place. And so therefore that we can't be from this place. It don't make no sense to me.
No, it don't. And I'm not. See, I'm because I'm an open person. I truly am, and I don't mean harm when I say stuff. I can say things as an adult and speak my mind and call names, not bad names. Like A1 is a big stickler about the Moorish history, but the information that he shares, because I like watching this channel, is not believable. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't stick to the history of the people here. And I look and I watch, I listen to his lectures. And I've heard other brothers jump on, other brothers that claim to be Moors and all this Islam, who agree that they're from Africa, truly are. Their story is more believable. But the teachings that these Moors put out, it's I'm sorry, it's not good. It's not. And it's no offense at all. But the the information is not something that our ancestors can stand on, those that are alive now. that history of what they're teaching. For what our people know today is our people built these cities. Foreigners know we built all these old cities. They know this, but they don't know Moor built it. Moors, they know we built it as who we are. And they know us as who we are as losing power, not and never as a Moor or any of these other religions that our people, predominantly most of them are our people who have criminal backgrounds and sisters too, that have joined these religious organizations like Black Hebrew Israelites. You know, they often fight with white Jews, saying they're the real ones. And I don't believe that. I don't believe the Black Hebrew Israelites are the real Jews. I just don't believe it. I really believe that they're white European Jews. I do. There's nothing that they can prove to me or have proven to me that Black Hebrew Israelites are the real ones, and the white Jews that are saying they're Jews are the real Jews. I believe the white Jews, the ones that look European, are the real Jews
The
because
only
they're
problem. Oh,
more
sorry.
proof. They have more proof than what these Israelites, these Black Hebrew Israelites are showing. They only show the Bible and the Apocrypha. And guess who wrote those books? Hello? But you got it, sister.
The only problem that I have with that one is that they're somewhere in the Middle East right now, and a lot of those people were deported from Germany and Russia and all those different places. So, I don't know really who is the real Israelite, because it looks like this piece of land was called something completely different. So if I figured out where the real Israel is, then we probably could, figure it out. But as far as right now, that place only existed since 1940 something. And like my mother's lifetime, right? And my mother's still alive. So this can't be, this ancient place that they're all, attaching themselves to ain't ancient at all. So that's
No.
where, yeah, that's where I get confused.
Yeah, and it's like all the guys that I know that are claiming to be these Black Hebrew Israelites are these guys that had former criminal records, and they're felons, a lot of them. And a lot of the sisters are women who fell in love with these felons and decided to join those particular false religion groups. And I just don't I just don't believe that our people are the black are the Jews. I don't. I believe the white Europeans are, because they have better proof and can stamp it. Our From what these Black Hebrew Israelites are teaching, they're not. They're not. It's crazy. Same thing with the Moors. I believe the Moors, and it makes more sense that the Moors are the people of Arab and Berber descent. That makes more sense. The story and the identity fits the people. I know they balling on me to open my chat room, and I'll open it when I get ready. They never show solid proof that they could take and stand up to those identities. And I'm talking about all of them. African Americans, Black Hebrew Israelites, Moors, none of them have solid proof of who they are. They show you buildings, right, and structures. See, this is a Moor. This is a Moor bill. That shit don't mean nothing to me. It's not proof.
Well, at one time, a lot of the people were melanated, right? So, and we're looking at modern times, just like modern times tells us that we're not Aboriginals, that we're African. And so, historically, really, we're the melanin of America. And there is a such thing as the melanin of Europe and Africa and all these other different places. So, and even Asia had melanin people. So there is these ancient folks. Now, whether they all died or what happened, I can't tell you really what happened, but I do believe that there is a quote unquote Black European. And that doesn't mean that they were a slave.
Right. I believe that there are Black Europeans.
Okay.
You know what? I believe that there are Black, I believe Africans. We know that. That's
Right.
obvious. I believe that there's Black Europeans. I do. That are not indigenous to this land. Here, North American mainland. I believe that there's Moors and they're Black, but they're not indigenous to this land. I believe
Right.
they're from where they actually are from.
Right.
And not the dudes here trying to put those people or write those people in their family. I mean, one of the biggest examples is now we have Darvis Baylock. Prime example, Darvis. His cousin OTK came on the panel and said nobody in their family are that. So I believe him. That's like somebody coming in my family telling me, "Oh yeah, we're Muslims," and nobody in our family ever practiced that. I actually like the discipline that Nation of Islam teach, but that's it. Doesn't mean that that's me or a part of my history. So these brothers ain't bringing out solid information that they can stamp on. Nobody.
Now, I never heard of a Moor besides the historical context of, Black Europeans. But I've never heard of this Moorish religion and stuff until I had like 3 kids by then. I was a grown woman. So that tells you that was not in my family, everyone saying, oh, we're Moors, or even that we're Black Europeans. And then I believe that the Moors aren't even saying that they're Black Europeans. They're saying that they're Moroccans. They're Africans. So, and no one in my family ever said we were African. So what can we get from this? Why do we have a group of people professing Africa? Because maybe there are African folks over here. And what I'm learning is a lot of people with this offshore ancestry are really here to try to help us believe, or to make us believe that we're from somewhere else. This is not your place.
Correct.
And I really believe that.
Correct. I mean, I refuse to allow foreigners to make a fool out of me to tell me who I am. And I know who I am. Their story. And then our people running with it just because they believe it. But 99% of our people claiming to be African Americans, they have no proof at all. None that's substantial. None. And then they get angry because say, well, that's you. That's you. If you say you're African, then you live with it. That's your life. Then you're not me. We are not the same people, because that's not who I am.
And therefore they have no right to come in here and tell you that you're not an Aboriginal or you're using the wrong term or whatever, because they're from somewhere completely else. They got a whole different story and they need to go figure out over there what's going on.
Facts. And I feel the same way about Moors. I'm never, ever going to stand on that. That's a descriptive term. That's a real race of people that have their own country, and they're not what we call Negroes here, Indians. They're not. They are no better to me than the folks claiming to be African American. And the scholars, today's scholars and writers and college professors are going back, getting old documents and inserting the word African American when it didn't even exist.
Right.
On all their literatures. You cannot take an official document from the 1800s and then go and insert African American. This is what these critiquers of different articles and critiquers of all these old official documents, whether it's political history, are doing. They'll take an old document that was handwritten, or okay, when there was no typewriters, right? And then write a story about it, critiquing a particular story that an official wrote, right? But they're speaking in today's times, and they're inserting what was namingly colored Negro on documents, official documents. That was the original writing of it, or Indian. Mm-hmm. And what these writers today are doing is going back and inserting African American. I'm like, what the hell? Right. If we didn't talk African American back then, don't make it a reality, because that's not what it is.
And it isn't. I think it's even true that African wasn't even in use way back then. You know, I've seen old documents where they were using the term Ethiopia, but somehow during this time it's now saying African descent. When if you look at before they started switching stuff around, they were saying Ethiopia. Ethiopia was a term for quote unquote Africa.
Correct. And I'm like, when the Moors do this and all the rest of them, there's not even any history written on Moors. There's more history inserting the word African American and no history of Moor. They don't even, college professors don't even do any writings on Moors. Their focus is all African American. They don't do any writing on Moors. So I find it very troubling. And then when people come and talk, they just come and talk and they don't show proof. And the minute they show proof, I'm coming for it. And show them how they are no better than the African American studies college professors like Jabari. They're no better than him, and they don't even see that. So what I'm going to do is this now, because I'm ready for the chat room. I'm ready. I'm going to open it up, and don't smash nobody out, because if they're coming up here, they need to come and speak correct. I'm going to see if who's fearless enough to come up here. And I'm just gonna say, look, your stuff is not real. Don't come up here telling me, well, I ain't home, I ain't got my stuff and all that. No, boo boo. Come up here and be a man or be a woman. And and if I don't gotta digest any of this stuff, but I will say what's wrong with specific information that's trying to be pushed. The link is in the chat. I'm gonna pin it to the top. Oh, I hate when this happens.
And I like what you said, Alfonso. Like, you have all of these other ethnicities and stuff. Show me who is having endless debates on them and their identity. And the only reason why we're having these debates on our identity is really because they are relentless on stealing it. Like, they will not let up. For real. Like, every time you turn around, it's somebody new trying to take it. Like, for real. And so then we're like, well, what happened with our ancestors? Why they let it? Because they probably thought they handled it. And then next thing you know, here's another group of thieves. And you have this onslaught. And we forget that there's an onslaught. There's an attack on who you are. They want you.
So I'm gonna leave this open and play one song and see who's gonna be brave enough to come up and speak on behalf of these Moors. Any Moor can come up here. The only Moor I don't want up here because they're so overtly disrespectful is Rootwords. He is not allowed to come on my piano ever again.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about Skittles.
I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who that is. But I'm gonna play one little song and wait for y'all to come up. You know, they jump on Add Power channel, but they won't come up here because I don't know if it's people don't like to be told, like, look, this isn't real. But I'm gonna wait. I'll wait. Well, as I thought, no one's brave enough to come up. So I'm just going to keep pushing and saying what I'm saying. I'm not afraid to mention people's names. And I will not stand and tolerate anyone telling me I don't know about research, because I do. I know a lot about research. Hey, Brazilian monk. I know a lot about research. It's what I do. It's my life. It's what I had to do. I wouldn't have degrees if I couldn't research. That's a requirement, especially for your master's. It's all about research. And all, all these YouTube creators, I don't think that they see the dangers in what they're doing to our people. And if we say that other foreigners are writing about our history, then they're no better to me. If he knows these people personally, how come they never showed up? That's a lie. Black truth. Be a man and come on the panel. I have more education than Jabari. I'm sorry. And I do, and that's a fact. So why don't you be a brave man and step on the panel, or a woman? He didn't prove anything. And I told the factual truth about the Pequots. The factual truth. I can say that I know Rodney Butler personally and intimately, but I don't. But what I do know is he is a real Pequot. And everybody on their government site are Pequots. I am from the North. I lived all my life in Pequot territory, and I'm still here. And Pagusset territory. I was born in Pagusset territory, and I'm still here. So be a man or be a woman. Don't be a punk and just write stuff in the chat. You make yourself look real bad by not stepping up and speaking the truth and prove to me where I lied about the Pequots. Jabari and them are there to entertain you and get your donations from watching their false content. And you are suckers to pay for it because you're there every day to listen. I'm a lecturer. And I can lecture and I can teach.
I mean, Black Truth, you're welcome to come up here.
Yeah,
Sister
that's
Betty.
what I'm saying. They're cowards. They come behind fake minds. This could be somebody in my tribe. That's how dangerous shit is today. Which I doubt it is. But they're cowards. Anytime you come on YouTube with a fake name, see, I'm real. I'm showing my face and my name. If you're not that real, then anything you say is all irrelevant. So I gave you enough attention on my channel. Until you hit that link, you ain't saying shit. You ain't saying shit until you hit that link and come up here and shut me down. And that's anybody in YouTube. I'm not scared to show my face and speak my mind. That's the beauty in me. Hit the link. Anybody, hit the link. I challenge you right now. And I'm going to be on, guess what? For the next fucking 5 hours. I got plenty of rest. I'm going to be on this bitch for the next 5 hours.
You can make a family tree. And guess what?
Got
I bet
208
you if you
people up in this bitch watching. Obviously, they done hit it. Smash that damn like button because I'm not playing. I'm not. See, I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I even invite A1 to the panel. I invite any Hebrew Israelite, any Muslim, any African American. Don't be scared to hit the link. Remember, I'm just a woman. I'm not going to call you out your name. I'm not going to call you a bitch and a hoe. I'm not going to do none of that. Hit the link. What are you scared of?
It's not scary. Nobody will bite you.
Facts. Oh, that shit wilder now.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that link. I'm speaking the absolute truth. Me personally, I personally think we speak about we should come together as a people and unite. I'm never ever going to stand on more. So therefore, I can't be with them. I don't even want to do business with them. I can't. They're not. I only want to work with my people. My people are Aboriginals. My people are American Indians. And they come in all shades. Some of them kind of look white too. I challenge, and I say this, and I mean it. I challenge any more to try to say that they're the Aboriginals and American Indians of this land. I challenge you. I do. And I'm putting that out there. I challenge African Americans. I challenge them. Because to me, African Americans, this is how I feel about them. I feel that African Americans are stealing my history story. And that's a fact. I feel that African Americans are stealing my bloodline history story as an American.
Right.
Because what Americans are saying is that they were enslaved on our land, and it's a lie. The actual Indians, Aboriginals, were taken out of power and enslaved on this land. You're talking about my ancestors, and they are not Africans or they didn't come from Africa. The Aboriginals, American Indians from this land are the ones, and they're the only slavery other than the white indentured servants that came here. They know their history. So that's the problem I have with African Americans. They're stealing my history, and I will fight them tooth and nail in the court systems. And I mean that to my soul. They're stealing the Aboriginals, American Indians' identity and putting their story to it. And they're paid to do this. And that's a fact. I would love for Chief Holiday to come on my panel, because I tell Chief Holiday this all the time. Look, Chief, and Chief, that's my fucking brother. I tell him all the time, Chief, more is not a descriptive term. I can love somebody, and you can. We all love A1, but more ain't no descriptive term, bruh. And I mean that to my soul. It's not. Sorry.
All Indians are not federally recognized, for one. That's misconception, that's misinformation. So you're wrong. So when you're coming up here trying to argue with people, you don't, at least know what you're talking about. Even when you're trying to stick up for Jabari, you don't
Yeah,
even know what Jabari said. You can't even say really what Jabari's contention is.
exactly. And he talking about self-hate. Nigga, your mother birthed you as Corwin. Corwin is his name. He changes to our Jabari Oasis, some African shit. That's self-hate. When you
That is.
change the name your mama gave you, when she was proud to give you that, that's self-hate. My name is Be the One. That's my birth name and what my mama named me. I'll never change it. Because I am the one. I'm being the one. My name, my real birth name is Be the One. Spell it. It's already all in news media and everything. Now look at my name. Be the One. That's my birth name. So I don't know. Listen, I'm calling y'all all out. African Americans, Black Hebrew Israelites, Muslims. Muslim is cool. But see, the one understanding about Muslims, Nation of Islam, they understand themselves to be a religion. That's the beauty of being a Muslim in the Nation of Islam and the 5%ers. I have to keep it real. They understand that they're in a religion. That's a religion. So I can work with them because that's their belief. That's their religion. And that's cool. But more, that's not a real dominant race and an Aboriginal to this land. That's another foreign group of people.
Or like Sachi said, it's a last name.
Well, it depends on how
More.
you're using it. And I got a girlfriend, and I asked her, her name is Carol Moore. I grew up with this girl. And I said, have you family ever talked about a Moorish, being a Moor from like Morocco? She's like, what the fuck? She didn't even know what I was talking about. And she's older than me. She said, no.
You know what? Where I got a family named Morgan. We ain't never, nobody's professed European, African, or anything like that.
Yeah, and another thing that they're doing in YouTube when I learn, and it's just so fucking aggravating, and it's just so embarrassingly disgusting when they're saying more, moo, mer, ma. It's it it almost it pretty much brings a tear to my eye, and I'm gonna tell you why it brings a tear to my eye, because it's showing me that these people that do that suffer education and don't have strong education. They use etymology of the words in the wrong way ever. And it's sad. It really makes me want to cry. I'm from the North, where the Northerners managed to take all the land and became a government of holding prisoners of war to this day and on and over the land, the entire land mass. And I happen to be raised with this government that did this. Well, imperfections, you're welcome to come up here and help out. That's fine if you can keep it professional. I'm keeping it very real because it is very true. You know, I'm being in a mature adult. I don't know what age era you're in, But I'm not going to sit up here being 57. Oh, we finally got somebody brave enough to come up here. Can you show your face back there? Okay, great. You don't have to keep your camera on. You don't have to keep your camera on. Let me just put up my overlay. As long as we can speak professional, it's cool. How are you, Mr. Morris?
Oh, I'm doing good. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Well,
What
I
you
wanted
have
to
to
pose a
share?
question. Well, I'm coming from the Israelite branch, that school of house of knowledge. I had posed a question in the chat. I posed two scriptures, because
Mm-hmm.
you were talking about the Israelites, and I seen some people putting certain allegations on the movement in regards to certain felonious people that might not be in this movement. But
Mm-hmm.
I put the actual question in the chat, is that those of us who feel that we fit biblical prophecy, the Bible gives very specific cultural, moral, economic, and spiritual characteristics of how the
Uh-huh.
condition that his people will be in this time. And again, when we go, it's 7,000 ethnicities on the planet. I believe it's 175 recognized nations by the UN.
Okay.
It's certain characteristics that fit us as a people. I don't see other groups of people. I seen Brother Cameron recently, um, Smokey Robinson, different guys that have been talking about the term African American.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I posed in the chat that it's a certain specific scripture that talks about how God's people will be discontinued from thy heritage. That also they will be a byword and a proverb. That they would even be confused to one's own identity. So out of these 7,000 ethnicities, 175 recognized nations on the earth, I don't see all these groups of people that are confused to their identity, having these arguments about who they are, even having um, certain identity issues that we have as a group of people. That seems
Mm-hmm.
to be a unique characteristic that fits us. So, what do you say to the people that says that out of all these groups of people, why is it that these certain characteristics fit us as a people? What would you say to that?
Okay, so when you're saying the characteristics as a people,
Hmm.
what can you give some examples of those characteristics?
Well, I said one characteristic, the one that I just explained as far as identity or cultural identity or a cultural ethnic title as a people. If we was
Uh-huh.
to take the globe, right, or we was to take a list of ethnicities or nations, and we were to like spin the wheel. So whoever we land on, we're going to go to that man's land. If we spin the wheel and we land on Vietnam, I guarantee you, if we put Vietnam in YouTube or we went to that man's country, we're going to see a man that knows himself, that has his name, that's not confused to his identity, that has his
Mm-hmm.
garb, that has his God, that has everything that makes up the characteristics of a man that's secure in his identity. Now, when
Mm-hmm.
we come here to the so-called Negro, there seems to be some type of confusion or
Mm-hmm.
some type of issue with having a solid foundation. It seems to be some type of argument or some type of confusion that we've been having for years. So the Bible, that's a very specific characteristic of a people that we can say with certainty that 95% of the world does not have. So that would be awfully peculiar that this characteristic would fit us, but we have a thing where we're not acknowledging that this is prophecy that's fulfilled and that you can't find this among all the other nations. So that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's the question I'm trying to
No,
ask.
you're
Why?
making great sense. You're making great sense.
Mhm.
Now, do you know? I know Hebrew Israelites are very swift in the Bible. The King James Version 1611 is their preference.
Right.
Do you know which particular verse they're speaking of? Because I've heard of that saying pretty much that same scripture. It's been a good while since I studied
Uh,
with them.
well, that's Jeremiah 17:4, and the
17.
byword and proverb, that's Deuteronomy the 28th. I want to say the
Right. They always speak that. They
58th
always speak
verse.
Deuteronomy.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I say to that. First, we know that the Bible was written in another language, translated. The
Hmm.
person who wrote it spoke German. Okay, was of German descent. And they could have been Black Germans from based on our studies. And yes, it is true that our people, I'm just going to mute your mic because I'm getting a little feedback from it. It is true that the Aborigines to this landmass North America, per se, are we are the people that fit that Bible verse because of our identity. But that doesn't mean that we're Hebrew Israelites. It doesn't mean that, because the only source that the Hebrew Israelites actually use, and I'm speaking the Black Hebrew Israelites, the only source they use is the Bible. They have one source. And then outside of that, the Apocrypha. Okay. Those are their only two sources. That being a Hebrew Israelite is not an identity that any of our families spoke about across these states. Even though a lot of our families grew up in Christian churches in that same Bible, they never identified themselves as Hebrew Israelites. That book was given to our people, the Indians here, for disciplinary measures, to act and become like a certain people in history. It was a book to get us to be able to work with foreigners who stand on that Bible. It was a book to give us, the Aborigines to this landmass, a choice to change their lifestyle and their culture to that culture. It's not something that is, it's the book, that book alone is foreign to this landmass. It was brought here. And that's a fact. The book, the writing, the whole thing was brought here and given to us. And not only to us, Asian people predominantly worshiped Buddha, and they got some of them to convert to that book. I mean, back in, I want to say the very early 2000s, I went to and visited a Christian church that teaches out of the King James Version Bibles, and that was the first time in my life, growing up as a kid, that I seen a Chinese woman shouting in a Negro church like Black sisters. I've never ever seen a Chinese person shouting in the name of Jesus in a Black church. And today I see that. That's how I know this book is very foreign to many continents. So to see my people portray themselves as being Israelites, when all history points to them being white Jews, you're stealing literally. And maybe, maybe you guys could be right. Maybe the original ones were Black, but they weren't us. If you had to come here, then you cannot claim being Aboriginal to this soil. Hebrew Israelites still believe this story. And it's mind-boggling to me that they still believe this. They even wear clothes like that. walk around in New York. Something to that extent, and the bracelets that he have on. And I'm not making fun of them. This is true. And you know that they wear outfits. The only thing Moses is missing is the spike black belt to match his bracelet. They get all of that from repeatedly watching this movie that has destroyed them. So I relinquish the mic and let you take it from there. Why?
Okay. Okay. Well, let me. Okay, I understand where you're coming from as far as how the Bible was brought. Okay, but let me ask this other question because I just want to get some clarity because, like I said, I've been kind of bored at work lately. I've been doing some research, right? So, you say you from what area?
I'm in Connecticut, born
East.
and raised. I'm the East Coast.
Okay,
Well, Chief
Eastern
Golden
Seaboard.
Eye,
Okay.
don't you're
Now,
welcome
would
to
you
come to the
agree?
panel. I'm friendly. You're welcome to come to the panel and speak your truth. You don't have to sit in the chat. Let's be mature. Are you embarrassed?
Oh, would
I mean, no, there's some guy named Chief Golden Eye, and just speaking in the chat.
no?
I mean, I'm actually disagreeing with you. So come on up on the panel, or if you're going to talk stuff in the chat, I'm going to have them block you. Now I'm gonna give you 60 seconds to hit the panel and come up and speak to me like a man. If that's something you cannot do, then I'm just gonna have them block you out the chat room. As you can see, I got over 1,000 people watching me, and I don't care to lose somebody like you. You got to climb up to my reputation. So what you're saying is moot, yo.
And you don't have to hide behind not a coincidence and all those people. You can stand on your own 2 feet. Come on up and talk to her and say what you have to
Mr.
say.
Moore, Mr. Morris is being a man. Do you feel like I'm humiliating you, Mr. Morris? I'm actually dialoguing with you and sharing what I know. And I'm not here to humiliate you, Mr. Morris. I appreciate your conversation and I appreciate the fact that you actually came up on the panel to speak with me. I
Oh,
do
no.
appreciate it.
No, we yeah, just have a good conversation.
Thank you. You got it, Mr. Morris.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you for taking my call. I appreciate you for taking my call. No, I
You're
wanted to
always
ask
welcome
just a
here.
quick question. Just a quick question because you say you're from the Eastern Seaboard, and okay, would you agree that uh black our well, I don't want to say everybody because y'all don't say everybody. Would you agree that your foreparents, I guess your foreparents go back to the Eastern Seaboard, Connecticut, Maryland, that area? Would you agree that our foreparents that the culture that our foreparents had was from the antebellum?
Huh? You're saying from slavery times?
No,
No,
the
no, no, no.
antebellum.
I'm saying
I think that's
from
before.
the antebellum period.
Antebellum, when you're speaking, and when he's speaking antebellum period, um, I believe I was just talking about this. Um,
Like I mean, like, can you see that picture right here?
at the 1812 period, right? With
Yeah,
Andrew
the
Jackson.
antebellum.
Yep, I do see it, sir.
Oh no.
So
Okay.
you would agree that if you look at our foreparents, if you look at our foremothers and our forefathers, Hiram Revels, uh, John Bailey Jr., James Johnson, a lot of men from that generation, and on up and on down, that a lot of our all our foremothers and foreparents, they all wore Victorian garbs. suits and ties, bonnets from that area, the long dresses, right? We can agree that when you look at pictures from that they have early pictures, early drawings, early paintings of our foreparents, these people are all in Victorian garb. Can we agree to that?
Well, it all depends. Now, you have to remember how long ago the Bible was introduced to our people, how long ago it was brought here and introduced to us, which required a particular dress code for women. And that's a fact. The women were required to wear very long dresses.
And they couldn't wear pants.
And they couldn't wear pants. So I'm not sure if that answers your question.
But I'm saying for the most part, you would agree that was the cultural dress. That this right here was the cultural dress of our foreparents. You would agree, right? That these, the suit and ties, the Victorian garb. You would agree with that, correct? That this was the cultural dress of that time.
I could agree. Here's what I could agree with: that dress style was introduced to us, brother, by the people who introduced that lifestyle to us. I could agree to that.
Because you got to remember, when those people came over here, them thick thighs was turning them in on.
Okay,
and
no problem.
And so they were telling women that they needed to cover up.
Right. I think he's showing us something else. Unless it's oh, he fell off. He must have lost connection. But that dress style with the long dresses, by that time, he's talking 1812, the antebellum period. By that period, our people were already indoctrinated way before then. Oh, let me see. I just want to put up my overlay. I want to make sure this is him. Is that you, Mr. Morris?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I figured you lost connection. No, that's okay. By that time, the antebellum period, we were definitely already indoctrinated. I mean, if you're talking the War of 1812 period, and that's when Andrew Jackson literally marched from the north with all the northern praying Indians.
Okay, so I wanted to ask the question. Now this poses the question, because we know from the census, right, that by 1900, 90% of that generation, 90% lived in the South. We can agree to that, right? 90% of us lived in the South in 1900. So when I ask these questions, okay, where were we living and what was the garb? Now I'm trying to establish culture. Now, when we establish culture, let's just go to the foods, right? Let's just go to the foods that grandma cooked, right?
And before you go any further, can you just answer for me, because I would like to know the context. Are you saying that we're Aboriginals from here? Or are you saying that we're from Israel, where Gaza is? Where are you saying that? What is your premise?
This is my premise, because okay, when a person says that they're of a certain culture or from a certain ethnic background,
right.
Now when I look at your customs, traditions, name, God, when I look at your identity, now I have to be able to see that identity in that people that you claim, right? So if I say that I'm Aboriginal to the land, or if I'm Aboriginal to this place, now when I look at your culture, so when I look at your garb, when I look at your foods, when I look at your dance, when I look at all your domestic customs, your burial traditions, etc., now that has to match with the environment. that you come from has to match. So when I compare who we call the so-called Negro, who we would just say now so-called Negro, what was the foods that was in our foreparents' home? What was the garb? What was the God? What was the religion? Now she said that it was an indoctrination. Okay, I accept that. But it's been many people that, like, we'll bring the Filipinos, man. They was under colonization for 200, 300 years. They didn't lose Tagalog. They didn't lose their God. They didn't completely lose everything about them that made
Actually,
them a people.
Actually, Tagalog is very close to Spanish. It's almost identical. You could talk to those people could communicate very easily within each other. So it does look like some
Right.
of
That's
their
true.
original language may have been lost. And then after, if you look at them pre-colonization and after colonization,
Hmm.
I'm sure you'll see a change in their dress and their behaviors and their foods. Even if you go to Vietnam, like you're
Well,
saying,
mhm,
after the colonizers
right.
came, I'm sure they changed, right?
No, no, I'll agree with. I'll agree with that. That's 100% correct. It is parts of Spanish and Tagalog, but what I'm saying is that it's not. They didn't go from being who they were as a people, right, and go from to how our foreparents look in the antebellum, where you have a culture that's completely from top to bottom based on the white bottom line. Can we agree to that?
No, I don't
No,
agree
Because
because
I
if
when
you
can't
you
talk to
agree.
okay,
if
I
you talk
can't
to a
agree.
Filipino, they'll say that
uh
their
huh.
ancestors are black. None of the people look black right now. They'll
Wow,
all
I don't
say,
know about that.
talk to
I
them,
don't know
talk to
about
a
that.
real
Fact.
one,
That's a fact. I grew up with Filipinos and they're twin
right?
sisters.
And,
She's
and
they're
they'll
my complexion. They're beautiful. Oh God, they're so beautiful. Philippines. And they're my complexion. And they're twin
even if
sisters. Yeah.
even if they look Spanish or even if they look Asian or something like that, if you really
Hmm.
sat down and talked to them, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, Filipinos were black, or we have black ancestry, and the black
Yeah.
folks live in the mountains." They'll tell you all kind of stuff. So
Facts.
Well, no,
Can
no,
you
no, no.
can you
No.
hold one
I
second?
understand that. Uh,
Mr. Morris, can you hold up one second? I just want to answer a question here to Mr. Knight. Are y'all tribe members or not for profit employees? Okay, let me just educate this brother. Let me put the message down and educate this brother on because this is why I teach establishing your family tribes and the shit we're not doing in our communities and why it's so important for us to do away with the people who identify as Africans and African Americans and all these other fake identities that we must separate ourselves from them and bring back our old culture. And the way that's done with all the tribes on this landmass is what we lack doing. So, in answer to your question, and I hope this doesn't hurt your feeling, Mr. Knight, but all the tribes are on code and understand what they're supposed to do. So, let me just give you an example since you want to make fun of certain things. But, sweetheart, baby, all the tribes are nonprofit, okay? You got the Cherokee Nation, at large, all of their business is nonprofit, young man. This is the IRS site. They're all. So when we lack doing this, we lack bringing our communities together. Cherokee National Treasures Association, Friends of the Cherokee Nation Forest, everything. North Carolina Precinct, Southern Tyrannies, all of them, all of them. Let's try the Creek Nation. See if we come up with something with them. You got to be exact when you look these up because sometimes you got to put the ink in, sometimes you don't. Oh, you didn't have to. See, all of the tribes are 501c3s. So, Creek Nation Foundation, Inc., Creek Nation Indian Village Corp., Friends of Wolf Creek National Fishery. Throw up some fire, y'all, please. I love y'all for this. Greenwood Creek Nation Water Company, heirs and descendants of the Aboriginal Creek Nation Bureau, Little Creek National Pony Baseball and Softball, Little Creek National Pony Baseball League, Middle Creek. Must I keep going? Let's see. Seminole. Let's keep going. Thank you, Fish. I appreciate that. Oh, okay. I probably have to do Seminole, whatever. Oh, wait a minute. There's nothing matching that in the right. I probably got to do Seminole Nation. But, oh, wait a minute. Let's see if we can do Seminole. Let's go back. Okay. Let's see if that'll come up. Now it's not finding. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and try that again. Okay, let's try here. I'm probably spelling the name wrong. Maybe, let's see if I can find Choctaw Nation. Probably going to do it wrong. Yeah, I'm doing this wrong. Hang on. Oh, I'm searching in the wrong place. Damn. Could I be spelling it wrong? But they're all here. We're lacking this for our communities. Did I spell it right? I might be spelling it wrong. You have to expel. Oh, I guess I did. Here we go. It's Choctaw. Historical Society, Choctaw Nation senior citizens. Anytime they blow a fart, they create one. Oklahoma Choctaw Nation of Georgia Inc. Our Choctaw Nation Inc. So, Bobby, listen, bro. When I tell you this, brother, as a community, brother. Yep. The same as a tribe. That's right. You're correct. And I just wanted everybody to see that in here. When we lack establishing ourselves. That's the problem. And see, this is why I say I can't be in affiliation with African Americans and Black Hebrews and Muslims. No, it's because we got to worry about ourselves. Anyone that identifies with the foreign identity, we shouldn't even be affiliating with them. I'm not going to. I'm not going with no felon background people to wage and shake hands and be under a system with them that they're controlling. I'm sorry. I much rather bring back the dead tribes and bring back what we used to do in our communities. Bring back the old families, and do what we did for our communities and stop relying on the states for doing things and bringing back those beautiful things that we did in our communities. I'm not using that terminology, but this is what I lecture about, the importance of it. So again, this Saturday at 6, the level 1 class of establishing your family tribe is on and popping. And I promise you, I'm not going to get sick like I did last week. But did you see that? Isn't this all the tribes?
Yes, and for whoever said that.
You can hit the link, love, if you want to. Hit that link, darling, if you want to. It's pinned to the top. There she go. Hey, sweetheart. And it's a fact.
And if whoever it is that was speaking to you about that, they were saying that
that's
something
Bobby.
About the tribe. So that means that nobody is a tribe. If that's his premise, then because you're saying that all the tribes this is how they're registered with the government.
Yeah.
And then when they talk about all these federally recognized tribes, well, they wouldn't even be federally recognized if they didn't even complete this step.
Correct. And the more I work for this government, I'm not an agent. I've always been very open about who I work with. or where I work, but I don't mix my work with my community work. It's separate. Once I'm off state of Connecticut's clock, this is my life after. And I'm not going to sit up here and speak bad about the opportunities that we have. You either want, listen, there is nobody in YouTube for me to risk my life. Nobody worth it in YouTube for me to risk my life and my family's life. I'm still doing deep research. And from what I see and what I found is our family agreed and went into the system. Because our family, our Indians, our Aboriginals, we own all of the land. All of it. In Reconstruction, we were in power. Prior to Reconstruction, there was only 13 little plantations. All the other land outside of those 13 little plantations belonged to the Aborigines of this land. Now you're talking about my ancestors. So how did all my ancestors and yours, who are Aborigines, American Indians of this land, that word to me is interchangeable. Remember, the 13 colonies was only 13 little plantations. The land we gave them, we did business with them. The land we allowed them to create their business on, their 13 plantations. All of the other land outside those 13 plantations across this North American landmass, including Canada, was all our ancestors.
And
during the Indian Removal Act that took place, and then Reconstruction in 1860s, our ancestors stood on their individual state legislators and worked together with the Union and agreed to join the Union, and said to our ancestors that did not want to join, go to Oklahoma. It took our ancestors' willingness to work together and reconstruct how we were going to be as a people on this landmass, either civil or uncivil. If uncivil, imprisonment is where you go. Don't you stand here and tell me that uncivil behavior didn't take place on our land masses by our ancestors. We're still doing the same things today. We're killing each other. Rape, every type of crime it is, our ancestors partook in. Don't you dare stand here and say we were angels. We weren't. An angel doesn't kill his brother. During Reconstruction, we decided to reconstruct this land into what it is today. It took us to do that. It was our land. Now, later, did it get taken from us? Oh, yeah. Prisoners of war. They swiped that shit right from us. But don't you you're not going to sit here and tell me that my ancestors didn't sit down, plan, and organize and said, this is how we're going to run this land. You're either going to be civil or uncivil. Your ass uncivil, we're locking you up to protect society. They're still doing the same thing today. Now, is the system unjust? The criminal system? Yes, it is. Absolutely. It changed to the ways that the foreigners want it to be now. We only reigned in legislations for a little while till they can get the other foreigners over there to help them. And then the whole Civil War, that was a nigger war. It was North against the South. Our ancestors fought on the side of the Union as well as the Confederate side. They lost. It took our ancestors to help the 13 colonial people to win this war. So I'm not going to stand here and lie and say that our ancestors didn't help fight to get justice on this land and civilization. You got it, sister.
Okay, so one of the key words that you said is civil. We were civil. So if people are looking for an uncivil group of folks, you're not going to find it. We weren't running around in teepees. If you want proof of that, go back and look at the documents when people first came here, right? They said that they found people who remind them of the Ethiopian, right? But more beautiful, right? But they, and this is what they said, it's not my words, but they also said they were living in like buildings, like multiple families were living in buildings. And they said this when they got here. So and then if you fast forward it into like those documents that Sister Betsy was reading at one point, they were still in buildings. You know,
Oh
they were
yeah.
saying they were, what they say, brick, and they named the style of the building. They said brick, wood, and all these other. So these TP people that everybody is trying to make believe is the Aboriginal American, that's not true. That's this whole point. That's the whole point of all of this. Is that is not your Aboriginal American, and we weren't even living like that. That's a whole psyop.
Oh yeah.
It's not real.
You got it, sis.
Well, that's just all I want to say for the people who are looking for all of this, other stuff. If you want to hear, the American Indian music, listen to jazz, listen to some gospel music, really. Listen to hip hop music, listen
Mm.
to blues, right? So this is your our music, and this is the culture that you can't seem to find. The reason why you can't seem to find is because it's been repackaged as African American. The 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 migrants who have
Oh,
came over here.
hey, girl. I'm
There we
sorry.
go.
You fine. Halito, everyone. How
Hey,
everyone
peace,
doing?
peace, peace.
Peace,
Go ahead,
peace.
Isness. You got it. Hey, beautiful.
How you doing, Sister
You
Betty?
fucking. I'm good, sis. I'm trying to, get this whole story right and, make up my mind where I need to be.
It's definitely up
And,
within itself.
huh?
I said it's definitely a job within itself.
Yeah, it is. And my whole thing is I don't have anything, let me cut my thing on. Oh, but I don't have anything against people that want to identify and be who they are. But
Okay.
I just feel like as Aboriginals, aka American Indians, us, that we are wasting our time for 5 years. We've been debating and fighting on YouTube.
You know
And
I feel that
I,
way. You know
yes,
I always. I ain't doing it. My bloodline is not up for debate.
I just feel like we're wasting our time on a day-to-day basis fighting and determining who is the true American Indian of this landmass. When it comes to our people, we're so divided. And I just feel that it's just a waste of time about this more stuff being a descriptive term. And it's not that I dislike him. I just feel like I'm never going to accept that. It's not a terminology that my family used. And I tried to study for 5 years in YouTube. And
Yeah.
I'm wasting time. And I feel like maybe the reason why we can't come together, Holbert, is we need to remove ourselves from the African American people, remove ourselves from the Moor people, and the
Hmm.
Black Hebrew Israelites and the Muslim, because Muslim is religion. I could kick it with Muslim because they never said that they were not from this landmass. You can believe in a custom,
Hmm.
just like Christians.
Yeah.
You can believe in a custom and a religion, that's fine. But you know who you are. Now, when it comes to this fighting of the African American stuff, that's foreign to me. More is foreign to me.
Hmm.
And if it's going to be a problem when it comes to more, if we come together, because I don't believe in Noble Drew Ali's work. He went to a foreign country and came back uh just like Malcolm X did.
Malcolm X. Yeah.
And it's not that I don't love Malcolm X, as I love Malcolm X. Malcolm Little. I know you as Malcolm Little, the Indian boy from where? Omaha, Nebraska. That's where Indians are from.
Yeah.
So it's clear he's
I tell
Indian.
people that a lot of these were stage plays to keep us off track, and we haven't been back on track since then. Because if you look at how Malcolm X was unalived, he was where? In a theater, on a stage. That's symbolic.
Whoa, you gotta break that down on the stage.
Yeah, you know, he was having that speech he was doing that night. If you look at the movie shows him inside the theater on the stage when they unloaded on him. Yeah.
That's deep. Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, you have to go back and they give you stuff in these movies, but only those who really do crucial thing, you know, they think and using common sense. Okay, what does this mean? Why was he having that last speech he was having inside a theater? Stage.
I didn't know that was a theater.
Yeah, it was a theater, and remember,
it was a theater.
They said that,
so they wasn't at the mosque.
That was a theater he was at.
I did not know
Go
that.
back and look at the movie. They had that inside a theater. Go back and look at it.
I watched that movie 1,000 times. Are you talking about the one written by?
The one that was they had a movie. It was that movie with what's his name in it? What's the actor?
Raj from Good Times, right?
No. The one.
No, Denzel Washington, right?
Yeah, Denzel Washington.
Yeah, Denzel Washington. But didn't Raj from Good Times playing that as
Yeah, I think he did play
Muhammad's son or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's the one I watched. You know, I never
just go to that scene, which is at the end. Just go to that scene and look at it. And then when they said the autopsy came back, he wasn't shot from the floor. It came from the top.
The top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Now I got to go back and watch it again.
But most of the movies that's coming out, they're telling you all this is a stage. Everything about what we've been going through, you know, we have crisis actors. All this stuff is crisis actors.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. That girl, I was watching a little bit of, I don't know if it was yesterday or this morning, where they were showing some girl that looked so fake with a gasoline thing, getting ready to go try to burn down.
Martin Luther King's house.
Was that yesterday or was it today?
That was like a month or so ago.
Okay, it happened in my body. I just seen it. I don't know. I can't remember.
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it.
Was it Ab Power showing that? I can't remember who was showing it, whose channel I was watching. I was laying down. And the way she was laid on the ground, it looked so fake.
It did.
So fake.
And did you see her like? So it's in the daytime. So you would think if you're going to do something like this, it would be done at night, right? Where you could go sneak and do it. She got a parent cat burglar clothes on that looks, you know, she don't got no shoes on. And so then they say to us, the reason why she was caught is because she had to leave. She put the gas on all around the porch and had to leave the porch to go get her lighter. Why would you have to leave the porch to go get your lighter? It's fake. It's the whole story is fake.
And then the cell phones dropping and stuff. I was like, wait a minute, it ain't even real. And the way she was laid on the ground with her legs, you know, and the guy was an off-duty cop from New York. What the hell you doing in Atlanta? And you just happen to be there. And then the guy in the truck that know every damn thing, but don't know nothing.
Exactly.
And the video's edited.
I'm like,
and then she on the ground talking about go get the chief, war chief. What the heck is that?
That's where I saw Dane was showing it when you said war chief, because He was making it clear that this woman was not watching my channel. She's not. Yeah, that's what I was watching. I saw it on Dave's channel. I was laughing so hard that I rolled the tape back, and he was.
I mean, you can look at every angle as what took place with Michael Luther King. At that moment, they shot him, but they supposed to shot him from the roof, right? Nobody ran. I mean, your what's his name, Callie? He put it in his what you call in his documentary. It showed you nobody ran. Everybody was pointing up. Now, if somebody, in our neighborhood, somebody shooting, we all running. Ain't nobody standing around. Pointing.
Hell no.
We don't get the answers after the shooting is done. We ain't standing around waiting to see if I'm next. And go and look at that image. Everybody's pointing up.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's a lot of fuckery and foolishness. I was listening to this one guy, Earth Speaks. I follow him on what you call him, and he when he was talking about, I said this is stage 2. Everything it has is symbolic. Like he was talking about how they try to explain how Benjamin Franklin discovered electricity, right? And then he got the image of Benjamin Franklin, and they say he went out into a storm with a key, with the key on the end, and that's how he discovered energy. But that's not what that symbolic is telling you. The symbolic is telling you that they hold the key to free energy. They know that this is free energy, and they hold the key. They got it. They took it.
Yeah, they had to, because we was operating, moving differently.
Yes, everything was free energy, everything.
Water,
I mean,
everything.
they give us stuff. They give us the symbolism, but we are not, we so busy fighting with everybody who we are. And when we do see stuff, it's still not computing. We don't understand it. We have to, I'm gonna say, I like to use that show that they do with picture. It's called Pictures, where you guessing and what this is. See, they give you stuff. See, yeah, they looking, but they ain't seeing. They don't see what we're putting out to them, because we're so caught up in this, what we call the world, what's going on in the world.
Yes.
And they've been feeding us for a very long time with baby spoons, they're giving us little at a time. Mm-hmm. The main thing is standing on your bloodline. That, I've been hollering that for a long time since I should tell you, I say, I ain't debating. I ain't debating my bloodline. They got me all confused. How I'm gonna debate somebody about my bloodline, or debate with these people, this damn corporation, when they know they took it from me?
Correct.
And you're born into your bloodline. You're gonna wait till 30 years later to tell me that I went from, my birth certificate didn't have nothing, but my mama had Negro on hers, right?
Right.
Now, so I came from her womb, but her mother and them, her grandmother and them had American Indian on their stuff, right? So how, when I'm 17, you decide to call us African American?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah, how is everybody else is recognized from the moment they come out the womb as being who they are, but you?
Facts. And I always say this, Empress, and I'm going to show this until I can't show it no more. Where is it? You can't make this shit up. And the truth is out as far as I'm concerned. Where is it? I just had it. Okay, I went up too far. I will stand on this. Let me see. I think it's coming up now. 2, 3. Okay, here we go. This is the 1890 census. It's a consolidated report that was sent to the commissioner, that was put together for the commissioner of Ontario. There is no way in history, there's nothing in my soul that would make me not understand who I am.
Okay.
Why is it that our people, Negroes, are frequently met who speak nothing? Do you understand what nothing is? Nothing but Indian languages. That means we didn't speak nothing else but Indian languages.
Mm-hmm.
And our Indians, it was their law, the 5 tribes combined. It was their law that we are the Indians. We didn't need no blood quantum.
Nope.
Now, this is Negroes. And up at the top, where it says that the white people are frequently met, all right? People white in color and features is frequently an Indian, being so by remote degree of blood or by adoption. That means they slept with a Negro. Because if you look at this whole report, it's only talking about Negroes and white people. So how did they become the Indian by blood? It had to be the Negro because the law is the Negro is the Indian by law. That's the law.
Have
They
you
are
ever
the Indians.
pulled
Well,
have you ever
well,
pulled up this site called where this put in your when you get a chance, when you get out, pull up Red Indian Nigger. Nigger and see what they pull up.
you want me to do it now?
You can if you want to, but you can
Red
just do it when Red Indian Nigger. Jim Crow and put Jim Crow at the end.
Jim Crow. Okay. I'm gonna look up that right now.
It's gonna pull up Ferris University.
Ferris explaining the term red nigger, 2006. Ferris State University.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you read that to the people, and that's gonna tell you who they talking about, but that's a museum though, and in that museum, you know those ancient mammy, what they was calling us ancient mammies and all that's in the museum. It's inside the Jim Crow Museum.
Okay, let me take this down and do the share screen. Shout out to Empress Holbert all day. Is this what you mean, sweetheart? Is this it, Empress? I can't hear her. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear
I got
me?
a phone call. I can
Oh,
now.
this the one, Empress?
Yes, explained in the 2006. You
Okay.
read that, and it's gonna take you all the way down. Scroll down some. Let me see if that's the main one with the cross, the burning of the cross.
Yep.
Scroll down some and see if you see that
There it
burning of
is.
the cross to make sure that's
I
the
do
exact
see it.
order.
Affirmative apartheid.
Huh?
Yep, it's down there. The
Damn, I'm in a
vaginal
bad
Jesus.
area.
It's there. Thank you, Fish 365. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody came coming on the panel. Oh, that's Empress. She must be in a bad area. Let me see. Uh, add to screen. You there? You there, Holbert?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You fell off.
I had
Okay.
a phone call.
Oh, okay. So I'll read this now. I got time.
Okay.
The term red nigger has been used, and this is fair use. It's education. The term red nigger has been used in several ways as a racial diss against Native Americans or other people with mixed Native American ancestry, as an insult against African Americans with light skin, regardless of their ancestral mix, as in denigration of communists, almost exclusively ones and with dark skin. Wow. In this, in his entry, Freedom Summer, the prominent blogger Meteor Blades reminisces in the small town of the South where I was born, and I lived until I was 9 years old. White people call us red niggers. Yeah, they said that here too in the North to us. In truth, our family was of mixed Scottish, African American, and Seminole. Most of us were light skinned enough to pass white when we rode up to Americas or Valdosta. The deception got us into places we couldn't otherwise have gone, like front row center at the movie theater instead of the colors only balcony. Back home, however, where we were known, it was another story. Blade's experience is not surprising. In the 1950s and 60s, these years, he was young in the American South. Native Americans were often placed side by side or barely above African Americans on the racial hierarchy. They're using modern day word. Back then, they would have been
Facts.
using Negro, not African
Facts.
American. This is why I said they wrote this in 2006. So
Yes,
they're
ma'am.
using a word that they threw on our people. And that, again, they're only talking about white people and black people. No other race. Jim Crow laws and Jim Crow social etiquette often included prohibitions against social equality for so-called Indians. African American and Native Americans were denied white drinking fountains. What they're saying here is Negroes, in other words, Negroes or coloreds and Native Americans, which is people that look more white but got the Indian blood, like on that report, the remote degree of blood of with the people with the white features that I just read you. They took the name away from us and put it and gave it to the person with the white features until they erased us to be Africans. So then it goes into saying African. I'm going to use what it was. Negroes and American Negroes and Indians were denied white drinking fountains, cafes, restrooms, movie theaters, libraries, swimming pools, and buses. Indians
Now,
were
Sister
considered.
Betty,
Yep.
did you ever see a Native American at any of these white color only fountains?
Nope. Never seen him at sitting on the back of no buses neither.
Nope. Or coming through the back of a movie theater or either restaurants or none of that. You never seen none of it. So who you think they're talking about?
They're talking about us Negroes and coloreds that could not drink from the white fountains because we put our signs up too. No
Yeah,
white.
because we didn't want to drink for them no way because these people carried a lot of diseases.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't supposed to be drinking out of the same fountain. They thought a lot of people think, oh, they said segregated. You know, we shouldn't be drinking out of there. It was the best thing that was ever because a lot of your diseases came from mixing and mingling.
Facts. And now understand this, Empress. Uh, in saying all of this and reading this, this is where I said it's critical, and we must understand that we don't. This is the part where we pay people like Jabari and the
Mm-hmm.
House of Consciousness and the Pan Africans any mind. We must separate ourselves from them people.
Yes.
They are definitely paid. When you're talking Jim Crow laws, there were no people looking like the people that they're portraying to say that is the Indian today. These people weren't in our Jim Crow era
Nope.
areas.
Nope.
When you're saying Indians, you're saying niggas.
Yep.
When you're saying Indians, you're talking about that Negro who is an Indian by tribal law. You're talking about that Negro who only speaks nothing but Indian language.
That's a
There's
fact.
no other language. Why back then did they not say that Negroes spoke African language? Because we did not. We spoke our languages, Indian languages.
And another thing, Sister Betty, like us in the South, how we talk real flat and backwards, that's how we spoke. It had
Facts.
nothing to do with them or trying to speak English because English is is known around the world because it's a trade language, and our people spoke the trade language. Because who was the main traders? Us.
Us.
We
Facts,
trade.
Empress.
We traded. So when they talk that mess, talking about, oh, y'all talking the Caucasians, no, because there's too many documentaries for you to be still spewing that dumb shit to not know that they tell you in those documentaries when they was bringing them into Ellis Island, these people didn't even speak English at all and couldn't even read. So how can
Facts.
they teach me anything when they couldn't read or write?
I'm sorry. I got to drop the bomb for the beautiful queen. The
Thank you, Sister Betty.
Empress. Sorry. Gotta do it. Let me get back to this. Is so interesting. I thank you so much, Empress. Can I copy this link and share it in the chat? Because I want to
Yes,
finish
that's what it's
reading it.
about. It's about sharing it so people have all the proof they need. And y'all know who they burnt those crosses in who yard. They didn't burn it in no Native American yard. I'm gonna let you finish reading it, and once you finish reading, you will see exactly they're talking to us.
Facts. Indians were considered inferior to whites, and it was not uncommon to hear Native Americans or Indians referred to as niggers or red niggers. I'm using the words they used back then. It fits the story right. Let me read that again. Indians were considered inferior to whites. During Jim Crow laws, it was whites and coloreds. And it was not uncommon to hear Indians referred to as niggers or red niggers. Unfortunately, these slurs resurface when they are contemporary conflicts between whites and Indians. It should also be noted that the modern white supremacist movement considered Indians to be one of many mud people threatening the whiteness of the United States. The white power band Vaginal Jesus recently gained notoriety with the album Affirmative Apartheid, distributed by Unholy Records. The album, with a growing underground following, includes the songs Million Monkey March. Wow. Mandatory
Who was they
abortion.
calling the monkey, Sister Betty? Who do they call a
Martin Luther
monkey right
King.
today?
Or Farrakhan, Million Monkey March.
Yes.
Million
Okay.
Man March.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's like, his complexion is what they call the Indian on the reservation. His complexion is what was frequently met on the reservation with white features. You're Farrakhan, you're looking at it. Mandatory abortion for niggers and Indians are red nigger skunks. Ironically, the band left Resistance Records, another white supremacist record distributor, because their songs were not considered hardcore racist. Wow. And The Garbage Man, an essay I wrote to explain why I collect racist objects, there is this quote. I brought my first racist object when I was 12 or 13. My memory of that event is not perfect. It was the early 1970s in Mobile, Alabama, the home of my youth. The item was small, probably a Mammy salt shaker. It must have been cheap because I never had much money. And it must have been ugly because after I paid the dealer, I threw the item to the ground, shattering it. It was not a political act. I simply hated it. If you can hate an object, I don't know how. I do not know how. I do not know if he scolded me. He almost certainly did. I was what folks in Mobile, blacks and whites, indelicately referred to as a red nigger. In those days, in that place, he could have thrown that name at me without incident. In my youth, Indians with lightly colored skin were often called matter of factly red Negroes or insulting red niggers. The week before he was killed, Malcolm X was telephoned a death threat. You are one dead red nigger. Boom. There it is. Because he's from Omaha, Nebraska. There ain't nobody Indians out there.
Yes, exactly.
It would be hard to find a civil rights leader of mixed ancestry who did not hear the slur red nigger at some time. I'm sure Colin Powell heard it. There were many race color based terms for Indians with light complexions, high yellows, low browns, red bones, for example. These terms, often pejorative, have been in large part replaced by value neutral terms multicultural, biracial, and multiracial. Today, the term red nigger is still used to insult light skinned Americans of Indian descent. However, its usage is increasingly restricted to white races and poor blacks. The use of the prerogative red nigger to refer to communists, especially black communists, is increasingly rare. However, from the 1920s through the 1950s, it was common to hear black communists, for example, Claude McKay, Barry Amos, Cyril Briggs, Paul Robeson, and Philip Randolph, referred to as red niggers, red being a derogatory term for communists, and nigger, of course, being the definitive opprobrium used to express deep-seated ill will against Indians and their American descendants. I believe it is fitting to end this month's brief essay with an excerpt from Derek Walcott's The Schooner Flight. Thank you, Fish365. I'm just a red nigger who loved the sea. I had a sound colonial education. I have Dutch, nigger, and English in me. And either I'm nobody or I'm a nation. Walcott awarded the 1992 Nobel Prize for Literature is a poet, playwright, a self-described mulatto of style. In some quarters, he is considered a genius. In other places, he is simply and dismissively considered a red nigger. May 2006. Amazing.
Yes, it's images. If you go inside for the images,
Bomb drop. Bomb drop, baby. I'm sorry.
you good. Thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it, but you can tell who they talking about. They ain't talking about no Native Americans.
No, they're not. And it's see it. Before I came on today, Empress, I was at work and I was thinking, what am I going to talk about today? I've been off, and I said, it's driving me insane. I can't do it no more. It's keeping me from what I really need to be doing with the community. And I said, I got to separate myself from Moors, African Americans, Black Hebrew Israelites. I got to separate myself so I can focus on getting these dead tribes back. I wasted 3 years.
Yep.
And now I separated myself. And my first meeting of the year, I loved it. And because I'm now able to focus and give them an understanding of the importance of us going back, doing things in our community that we always done. Empress, we play cards, we sponsored things.
Yes.
Everything we used to do in our community, we don't do no more. It's us that's lacking.
Because you know what? We stopped doing it in our communities when that big boom of everybody going to church. You know, our people used the church back then for to come together to help build up the community. But now they can't be a part of the community no more. That was their oath, not to be a part, not to speak on politics or anything. Just get their money on Sunday and make sure you turn it in, to the bank. They're not
Mm.
supposed to speak on what is going on in the community, why the community is failing, why so many children going without food, clothing. When our people didn't do that, our people literally looked out for one another. When it says it
Yes,
takes a village, that is how we moved. It took a village.
that's
Nobody's
that's
doing
right.
that. Everybody's for self now. They taught you to be just as selfish as they are. These people don't
Yeah,
look out for nobody. They only look out for themselves.
right. And I'm like, that's it. We got to reestablish our family tribes. They took us away from doing what we did. Empress, we had, when all these Iroquois Indians, us, went into these cities, when they lost power, we went in all, it tells you what happened to them. They went in all the inner cities across the 50 states, all the rural areas. And we just, we had roller skating rings. It
I
didn't
miss
even
that.
matter.
I
Oh
mean,
my God. These are the
yes.
things we got to bring back to teach our
hmm
children how to be together again. We
You
had
know,
fun when we
I
went roller
watch
skating. Remember the
videos.
boys?
I,
Yeah. Remember the little boys we used to hold hands with the little boys
yes,
and
yeah,
roller skate on our favorite song. All this stuff been taken
yes,
away. The little
all of
league
it.
basketball teams, everything we had to keep our children
Yes, we
understanding
had
how to play with
basketball
each
leagues
other.
outside.
Yeah.
We, all that outside of the school. We had our own. We used to be in all kind of summer programs to keep the children busy. We
Yes.
need to get now. We know that this food ain't good, so now we need to start having programs during the summer to teach them how to seed. To plant, farm.
Yes.
We
Yes.
need positive things. I love them to play basketball and, like I said, skating. I've
Yeah.
been
It was
skating myself.
fun.
That's
You go out
things that
there.
we need for our children. I'm not against teaching them how to hunt. Never, never.
Right.
That's what we was the one that taught everybody how to hunt. But of course,
That's a
the
fact.
story says that they taught us. They didn't teach us nothing. How you gonna teach us about our land?
Exactly. And what do you think that our people was doing before you came here?
Exactly. We wasn't
If
sitting
I want to
around
learn how to
wasting. We
hunt, I gotta go down south to learn how to do that.
My grandmama went fishing every weekend, Sister Beth. That I mean, every Saturday, she was at the lake
That's what I
fishing.
love about the South. You learn all those old ways that we
Yes,
did things. And when you move in the inner city, we do it the modernized way. Whereas down south, they know how. I don't even, Empress. Now, my family is from the South.
yeah.
They came to Connecticut in 1929.
hmm
Empress, I don't know
Your
how to.
family's from
I,
South Carolina, North
yeah,
Carolina.
South
Okay.
Carolina.
Yeah,
Empress,
I've
my-
traced doing this. I done traced my people back over that way too, as well. Um.
that's why I said you remind me of some folks here in the north.
hmm
And Empress, we've been here since 1929 in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So my life has been this um Pequot Paugussa Indian lifestyle that I've
hmm
lived, and I become accustomed to their ways. Girl, I don't know how. Anything I learned from our Southern brothers and sisters. Now I learned how to cook from my grandma. She cooked
Yeah.
all soul food. Now, girl, I'm from the city. I don't know how to put uh do the fishing hook. I don't know how
Yeah.
to do that.
I ain't gonna sit here and
How
tell you I did, because my
I don't
grandma
know how
used
to
to try to get us to go to the lake. Well, I was like, I ain't going no lake. I got a
I
fear
don't
of
know how
large.
to do that. I
I
would have
have
to
a fear of large body of water, so, and I still have that fear today.
me too. I
But
can't swim.
my grandmama went
I
so
can't
much
swim.
on her tombstone. We got gone fishing because that's what she loved to do. She loved to fish.
I learned how to catch crabs in Virginia with my daughter's father as a young woman. I was 19 when I was with my daughter's father. She's 31 now. I think our kids about the same age. And
Yeah.
they taught me how to catch the crabs on the deck where the seaport is. And they allow us on the deck to catch the crab with a net on the end of a long stick. And we dip it in the water and catch the crab. But girl, I was so scared of them things that when they told me I couldn't do it no more because I kept dropping the crabs on the deck and they was running. People was running from the crabs. So, but that's how I learned how to catch crabs. And then I would get mad because I couldn't catch a crab. Every time I brought the net up, it was a fish in there.
I watched
But
this girl. She's on TikTok. She takes that net. I think she's in Louisiana. She takes that net every morning. They go to the river. She throws it in, and when I tell y'all, she comes up with so much fish. I mean, she's literally making it. She's one of us. She's making a living, baby, off doing it.
do they have a limitation on how much fish you could catch?
No, because she does it every day, and then she comes home with a lot.
Wow.
I'll be like, she's doing it, baby. She takes her
See,
children out there with her and everything. She's cold with it. Now, my dad
damn.
and them, when my daddy passed, I went to the, because my dad and them, they in Biloxi. We went down the day after the funeral and stuff. Everybody wanted to go to the ocean. So that's what my uncles and them did. They was down there getting the crab. They was throwing the thing. They just wanted, to do something. But that's what they was talking about, how they used to go down there and, get the crab legs and stuff from out of the ocean and stuff.
Wow. I know my daughter's father family are from Virginia. They from Norfolk, Chesapeake. My husband's from Chase City, Virginia, which is real country. And they do stuff real old fashioned. But his aunts and uncles and when we was down in Virginia, we stayed there the whole week for vacation. They went out and got a bunch of crabs. They had like buckets and buckets, some big tote buckets. And they came back and they rinsed them all off real good and they poured all beer in it. They got the crabs drunk. That's what I call it. They got them drunk because they filled it up with beer. And then they put them on the stove to boil.
Boil them, yeah.
And oh my God, it was so good. And then they took the corn on the cobs and boiled them. And then they got all this newspaper and put it on all these long tables.
They dump it
Oh
out
my God.
on the table. They just dump it out on the table and everybody just started.
Yeah. My daughter's father said, "You don't know what you're doing, Smurf." And I was like, no, he said, this is how he taught me how to crack it open and suck out the meat. Girl, you couldn't tell me nothing after that. Because I was a city girl. I didn't know. And I learned. And to this day, I love
my daughter loves it stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, because my auntie and them, they be fixing boils. When we go down, she told Jaleesa whenever we come back that she gonna do it again for her. But
what part of South?
Biloxi is my daddy's side. Yeah. And then did we do that when we went to see Lyrica now? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, she loves all this. I'm not a seafood person.
Oh,
I'm soul food. I'm
soul food too.
Yeah.
I am too. But I have to eat certain chicken now because some of this chicken don't taste right.
It don't. It ain't.
I go to Aldi's. Theirs tastes normal when I go to Aldi's. I can't eat some of this chicken they got out here now.
Some of this chicken and damn sure not some of this hamburger. Nothing tastes the same anymore. That's what letting you know that they're doing something to it.
It don't. If I go to Aldi's because they're very organic.
Yeah.
And their meat. I'm just gonna. I need to write their directors. Please don't change, because I don't get sick off of eating their chicken. And I love seafood. I'm about to see if I can talk Willie into taking me to the ranch house because I worked so hard today that I was too tired to cook. Yeah. And I'm gonna see if I can get him to take me to the ranch house because they cook seafood and go get me some shrimp and
I
And
made it to my mama's
girl,
house. I
chili
fried
cheese
chicken
French
tonight.
fries, chili cheese French fries. Oh my God, chili cheese French fries,
Yeah.
and it's vegan chili.
Oh,
And
okay.
oh girl,
We got
and
this place here called Bag Ladies, ran by us. And they
oh,
make and they girl, they make all kind of fries and any kind of meat you
mm,
can thing to put on it. I be hearing people just oh, you gotta try it, you gotta try it. And I keep saying one of these days I'm gonna go in there because everybody's bragging about this food. But
I
it's up.
I got a
It's
taste
running.
of some ranch house today. I do. I've been on almost 3 hours, and
Okay.
man, we got 1,300 people here watching. I didn't think nobody was coming. That I maybe they was working hard too. The
Yeah.
first hour, nobody was really in here. Now they must have got off work, the YouTube channel. But
Yeah, and it's cold. It's getting cold. I'm headed towards my mama to take her some groceries.
did
Okay, we
y'all
got a
get any
plenty of
snow?
snow. Girl, ooh, we got a plenty of snow here. They talking about snow
Really?
again tomorrow. She said my daughter said they talking about doing it's gonna snow again tomorrow.
Oh God, they
So
canceled
why?
school. They had a 2 hour delay today, and yesterday they canceled. Today was worse than it was yesterday.
Hey, we ain't been to these children ain't been to school all week.
What?
Yeah, it snowed Monday night. Nobody's been to school all week. And they ain't going. No, they're
Damn.
not. Yep, they're not going to school.
See,
So
they need to fix that. They need to give these kids that, like they did during the pandemic, like on snow days, they could work from their laptops,
yes,
and connect that
I
way.
wish the children can be homeschooled with special hours. Our children don't need to go through the bullshit that they go through in this school system. And I keep trying to tell people this is a prison of pipeline. They'll tell you that you only make up 13% of the population, but you have
Mhm.
up 37% of us locked up. Now, how are you 13% of the population, but 37% of you are locked
It's
up?
locked up. That's some bull. It's bull
Bull.
and it's bull. It's straight out bull. That's
Yep.
how we know we're the majority.
And
If
when
we
you get a
wasn't, why you
chance,
keep bringing in foreigners like you've been doing?
exactly. And when you get a chance, look through that Jim Crow museum and look at who they calling the red nigga. The ancient
Mm.
mammies. I mean, all that's in that museum. Ain't no,
Jim
it don't
Crow
have nothing about
Museum.
no native in there. Nothing in that museum is native. It's all us.
Oh Lord. Let me see. I can explore.
Hmm. Go in there. I
Mm.
think it's images. Explore the
Oh my
museum.
goodness.
Hmm.
Oh, the water. Oh, you know what?
I told
Fair
you.
use. This is something else. I ain't never seen this.
I told you. But it's red nigga
Girl,
Indian. Yeah, Jim Crow.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Coffee chicory.
Okay.
That's chickamauga. Oh,
I got
ooh.
I got another one. I got the research on the teeth shoveling, which is American Indian. I got the research papers and the images. A lot of our people have those moles, moles is all over our faces. That's American Indian traits.
Yeah. Yep.
All on your back,
All on your
up and
face.
down. Those little
Yeah.
black moles is all up and down your back. That is American Indian trait. I got the research papers on that
You're
and the
absolutely
teeth
right.
shoveling.
Girl, I got them all over my face, on my cheeks, right
Yep,
here. My granny,
yep.
I get them from my granny. I got
Hmm.
moles all right here.
My
I even
grandmama
got them on
have
my
them.
arm. I got them
Yep,
all up here. All up
yep.
here.
That's
Moles.
American Indian. Go look at your grandmamas. If your grandmama still living, y'all will see a lot of the elders.
My grandmother
They
got a
have them.
bunch of them.
I got them around my eye.
Yep.
Uh, Now I got the teeth shoveling because anytime we start pulling our teeth
Hmm.
starts to move and separate.
Yep.
And
Yep. Yeah.
yes, that's American Indian trait. What they
Yep.
did, they went between the mainland of the African Americans and the islands, the Caribbeans, right?
Hmm.
And it tells you in the research that basically saying that African don't have this. Only the so-called Negroes in America have this trait with the Caribbeans. For us to be descendants of recent descendants of the Africans, why they don't have the same trait as us?
They don't. They
Mm-mm.
don't.
They
They
don't
don't.
have the frequency of those moles at a
Yep.
very, very low percentage, but we have it up to a very high
High
percentage in
percentage.
America.
Yep. My sister got them real bad.
Hmm.
Um, I got them right here. All in here. I got moles.
Yep.
And
And
my
you know,
grandson,
I
he like
seen
to
a
pick with them.
video. I seen a video of one of us got them removed off her face. I
A
was
lot of
like,
them do.
mm,
Even the little hang moles,
yes,
the little hang ones that hang, what is it called? A hang skin tag
yeah,
or something.
skin tag,
That's Indian traits.
yes.
Oh,
I used to have them all on my neck. I did get majority of those moved. The one I got another one coming up under my eye. But when you see a lot of our people, you always know our people when you see them, especially the elders, because the majority of them have those. That's a trait. It's
gotta
a
be.
trait.
My granny got them. My sister got a lot. When I look at my sister, the older she get, I'm like, damn, money. She said, I know, I got them. Thank you, granny. But they so pretty. They're so
Hmm.
pretty. They're so pretty. I won't touch them. I ain't gonna touch them.
No, don't touch them. Leave them on you. They conned us into getting our teeth pulled. I'm gonna tell you why. Because see, y'all have to understand your teeth is very important because they can tell you who you are by your teeth, right? And
Yep.
you notice how they promoting everybody to get their teeth done. Go get you a pretty smile and this, that, and the other. Because when they go back in another 100 or so years with the same thing they have done on us, the same scam, they always use the same scam. They've been doing this forever. They're gonna dig up bodies. They're gonna holler, oh, no, these are Africans. Because see, your teeth is
Oh,
not there. Your teeth is not there anymore.
see, I
Yep.
got my
I mean,
top
they
ones, the little
good.
bottom ones in the back, and along the
Hmm.
front side I don't have. But you better believe I got my top one.
I know that's right. They will
Oh,
get us. They have ran every kind of scam they can run on us. You know, and just oh, you can get it for free. It don't cost that much now. Oh yeah, they're helping us out with different programs. I'm like, I bet you is.
yep.
I mean,
So,
it's always something. I'll send you the research papers on the teeth and the skin molds.
oh, I would love to get that, Empress, and share it with the audience.
Yes,
I would.
yes.
I'm gonna redirect. I want everybody. Let me go over to get your channel right now. Don't
Well,
even go
thank you,
nowhere.
Sister
I
Betty. You
want
know, I
them to
don't go live as
subscribe.
often. I don't
I
go
know
back.
you
I'm
stopped
thinking about
probably
doing
because
a
you
live
busy.
on. I'm gonna do it. I might do a Sunday school live.
Sunday. Oh, Sunday school. That's funny.
Yeah, Sunday
Let me
school.
see.
You know, I love
I
my
got you.
people say, "Why you ain't doing Sunday school?" So I did one last Sunday, and I think I got a topic I want to touch on this Sunday. So definitely, because I got an image of the original Jesus, the so-called Jesus, and it was actually from the Mayans culture where they got it from. So and it's a Mayan image. So I mean, they have took everything that we have and used it as if it's these people that they're saying that are us.
That's
You know, all
right.
these, yeah, everything is about us here in America, y'all. Only thing they did was change the image of the people, and they've done that. If
That's
you go
what they
look at all
did.
these people, yeah, if you go and look at all the landmass, who do you see when you see these Chinese looking people on
Yep.
every landmass now? Because that was the Asian Pact. They
Yep.
went in and took over the lands of the indigenous people and started calling themselves those people because they didn't have an identity. So they went and started taking the identities of the original people.
Facts. And when we read an Empress, the biggest thing is when we read all these historical documents, like the one you just showed about the Jim Crow, and
Hmm.
the one I shared about the whole report from the consolidated 5 tribes, the
Yeah,
only races that they're speaking about when it comes to Indians is Negroes and whites. That's
exactly.
it. No other race of people, like no Asians. Not that I have anything against
Done.
Asians. Nothing against Asians, nothing
Nothing
against
against them.
no other European race, but or Asian or Africans. But they don't speak about Africans in that time on that report. They just speak about white folks and being Indians and Negroes. Nobody else in that report. So
Cause
that's
see
where they
what
messed
they
up at.
did. It's because see that the Africans are part of the Asian race. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them that's over there now. But now you can look at like the people like the Igbo tribe, which they call themselves African now.
Mm-hmm.
They're out of South America.
Yeah.
The Somalians are out of South America.
Yeah.
There was tribes kicked out of America for some of the egregious things that they was doing, and
Mm-hmm.
when they came back with revenge on us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fact. I truly believe that because
Mhm.
that's how we act today.
Yep,
And our in South America, they are Indians. And I'm
yep.
gonna stand on that. They Indians.
They're
South
Indians. I mean,
America.
I met one on TikTok, look just like us, and she tell you that we are the Indians. She said,
Yes,
"Y'all are the Indians. We the same people. Y'all was in North America, and we was in South America." She
fact,
said, "Those people that we've been saying forever, when are y'all going to wake up that y'all not Black and African American?"
facts.
I'm
In the
waiting.
Central, don't forget Central America, Honduras,
Yes, Central
all them
America, and that's what
are
I'm saying with the T70. It's gonna give you. They telling you between us and the West Indies are the same people.
fact. Yeah, yeah, that is true because there's Tainos in
Yes, the
Jamaica, but
Arawaks.
all of them are not the Arawaks and Tainos. There's some that are literally are Africans, Empress.
Yeah, that went in and mixed over there. Yep.
Correct. Some of them are. So now Barbados and places like St. Kitts and Barbados, those are Aboriginals. A lot
Yeah,
of them
and
Barbadians,
St. Davis.
yeah,
Because that's where she started. The girl that did the research, she started with St. Davis and Bermuda. All them we are all
yeah,
the same people.
all the same people. Because I know for a fact, in Connecticut is one thing about Connecticut. They're a constitutional state, and they were very good about keeping their records and not hiding the shit from us. Because this is the part of the uh, um, um, this is part of the landmass that did the damage going down south. But we
Mhm.
asked them to help us. We asked them,
Yep.
but Connecticut kept their records about what they did to the Pequots. They
Yeah.
put them damn
And you
Pequots
know what?
in
That's
Barbados.
in. That's in that research paper. The Pequot
Yes,
Indians.
they
It's in
they
there.
they
They
put
in
that.
there.
That's Foxwoods right there. They
Yep.
put them in Barbados, and that's a
Yep.
fact. And
The
the chief,
Natchez Indians are the Haitians,
yep,
and the Caribbean right there. Those are the
yep,
Natchez Indians that they took out of here because we was whooping their ass, so they had to get rid of them. Those were the
yep.
warriors.
Them Haitians ain't no fucking joke. And let me tell
Mm-mm.
you something that they lie. What they did lie about is that Amistad. That if you
Yeah.
see the vote, Connecticut, that's what I like about Connecticut. Connecticut shows the funny shit that ain't real. They had this
Hmm.
little old sailboat that looked like something you push in the water.
Yeah.
It was the Amistad. It was the Amistad. And wait a minute. Matter of fact, let me pull it up so you can laugh. Connecticut, no, this shit ain't true. And I think they really did it to be funny. Now, Amistad people, those were Haitians. They had to bring them back to Haiti. And I was
Yeah.
like, you ain't going back to Haiti in no little sailboat like that.
No.
That's how you know
Matter of
that those
fact.
were Haitians to bring them back to Haiti. They didn't come
Yep.
from no Africa. They came from Haiti and they was
Yep.
bringing them here. And them Haitians broke out on that damn boat and was beating the shit out of them dudes. And they
That's why
got
I
back to
said with
Haiti.
this thing about how they dominated these African men. Y'all
Yeah,
can keep on letting these people treat y'all like bitches if y'all want to with that dumbass story. Nobody is standing in our way but us at this point. You
yeah,
believe everything that they write in these books, and then come and get mad at us when we tell you that didn't happen to us. You
right.
get mad when
Facts.
I'm telling you you've been the hero the whole time. But
Yep.
since you can't see it within yourself, you rather get mad at me and just start. I call at this point. I am not my. You know me, Sister Beth the House speak.
Go.
I
Look,
call them
speak.
bottom bitches. I say y'all are
Yep.
bottom bitches.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's a
I said if
fact.
you believe that all this happened to you, you just a bottom bitch. You the one on the top. I mean on the bottom.
That's
Everybody
right.
else on the top. You put
Yep.
yourself down there. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
else teach their children. Don't you know they teach their children that they are conquerors and that they did this and that to you? Your children
Yep.
are going to school being taught this. You don't think
Yes.
that is damaging?
It is very
That is
damaging.
damaging.
Very
So
damaging.
now when
And when you
your children
have
sitting up in school listening to these people talking about what they done to your people, even though it didn't happen, but just think of the image that they're painting your children. They're painting
facts.
y'all to be weak ass people, and the reason why you ain't succeed in life because you always been on the bottom. When actually in
Correct.
reality, these people are here living out of your trust, out of your off of your land, off of all the minerals and everything off of your land. They ain't
Facts.
telling that.
Nope, they're not gonna tell it. And that's why I came up with today's segment and said, you know what? All this African American, the Moor, the Hebrew, the Muslim stuff is getting in the way of the talent that I have been gifted with. Is getting in the way of an empress. And the talent I have
Yeah,
is teaching. And I'm gonna stick to it because it's something I've
yeah,
been good at all my life. And I'm going to start these tribes back up so we can
yeah.
start back doing these things in our community, the fun stuff. I
Facts.
miss the fun days of the 70s when we did everything together. I miss it so
Yep.
much. I miss playing cards all
You know,
night.
I sit
We would,
around. I sit around and daydream about my childhood. I didn't know all
yeah,
this. I knew who we were, but I didn't know that all this took place with our people. And so I did enjoy my childhood. And it's like when I hear a certain song in that era, it just takes me all the way back to my childhood. And it's like, man, our children can experience. We didn't experience that hatred. And even I'm here in the
yeah,
South, I still didn't, experience that. What they say they went, my family didn't talk about it in our house, but
right.
we didn't experience that. And I'll be watching those videos of the skating rinks and stuff. I was like,
Oh,
man, that was
man.
the
I,
thing.
oh, my God. What I would do, I want to go back, go to roller skating rink. And as a child, I always wanted to go ice skating and learn. I was very good in gymnastics. That was
Yeah.
me, gymnastics, flipping all over the place. I was a
Mm-hmm.
cheerleader, and I always wanted to be an ice skater. Now I can roller skate. I can roller skate my butt off. And
Yes, I
those
can
are the
roller
things you
skate,
can come
but
back.
and then they used to take us ice skating. That's when they still had programs for us in our communities.
We got to
They
bring them back.
literally would take us ice skating and doing different stuff with the
Yep,
centers because they was done at the centers. After school, you went to an after school program, and that's what
yep.
we need. But in order to get our children off the street, we need
To bring the
programs.
right programs, right? So this is why I'm saying, you know what? We're the only ones lacking here. When I look at that whole database, that's why I showed Bobby what I showed him. I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit in YouTube and say, hey, pull away. No, you participate like you used to. Let's bring back the damn programs. The hell with
Yes,
everything else. And I'm only going to rock with people that's ready to do this. That's why I
yes,
said, when you come in my lectures, you're not coming in there with your camera off. I want to see you. I want to know that you're being very real. I'm not
yeah,
bringing you into Zoom to teach you how to evade taxes and all this bullshit.
yeah.
I'm going to teach you how to reestablish these programs that we don't have. Everybody else have them except us.
Yes, they cut
So
them all
this is
out of
where the
our.
focus are.
This is why our children got really
No, we
started
we
getting messed
stopped,
up.
Empress. We got to bring them back. They didn't cut them
Yep,
out. We just stopped. So we got
yep,
to go back and put them back. And
yep.
that's what the whole thing is. And this is what my focus is. This is what my retirement life is going to be when I do retire. Full
Hmm.
time. This is going to be full. Right now, it's part time for me. But once I retire in like 6 or 7 years,
Hmm.
it's
And see,
full
we need
time.
caring people that wants to do this with the youth as well. We
Yep.
don't want just anybody in there. We need people that is loving and caring
Yep.
for the children and want to see our children do better in life. Like
Right.
me growing up in the centers that I had, and there was
Mhm.
some caring people. I ain't gonna lie. I mean,
Yes,
we used to love to go to the center because those people really showed you that they loved you. And they
that's
wasn't
right.
just sitting there, you did something wrong. They chastised you. They didn't whoop you, but they
Yeah,
got on
yeah.
you.
They got on you like when I was little. They was like, "You now, Bethy, come here. What you do?"
Yeah.
And it said, I remember them days, and I cherish them. Even in the
Yep.
lunch programs, we would go to the lunch programs
Okay.
that they had, and I would race there, and I'd take somebody's peach because I love peaches, and they was
Yeah.
like, "I just saw what you did. Put it back," and I would
And
cry
see,
and put it
we
back.
we used to have where it's more of a healthy and a hot meal because
Yep.
I remember coming up every now and then they gave you something hot, but most of the time it was just like a sandwich, a cold. They called them cold box lunch, and it would be
Mm-hmm.
a sandwich, juice, and milk, and a
Yep.
fruit. And
Yep.
it's nothing
I would
wrong
tear
with
up
it.
them plums, girl.
Yes. Yep.
And you know what? I ain't even gonna lie. The school lunches, let me tell you my favorite day. Everybody had their favorite day. Some my West Indian girlfriends liked it Fridays. They always came to school on Fridays because they were serving fish sandwiches.
Well, dang, we didn't
The
get
little
fish sandwiches.
they was the little square little fish with
Oh,
the
okay,
little
yeah. The little
government
square fish
cheese on the
sandwiches.
top.
Yeah,
Government
yeah.
slice of cheese on the top. Mine was the grilled cheese with them tater tarts. And you know how that little piece of cheese gets stuck on the tater tart? Girl, I be
Yes.
tearing them little things out. I miss them days.
And
And
now coming up, like the school lunches today, and this is where we said we need to get our children out of their system because of the shit they're feeding our children. Our children don't even want to eat that mess,
no, they
and
don't.
I can't blame
They
them.
don't.
We
It's
had
shit,
we
man.
used to have our school. They literally made homemade rolls and everything. We had literally
Oh
people
shit, we
that
didn't get that.
cooked.
If you
Yeah,
got a biscuit, it was coming from Granny.
that part.
Facts. We didn't get
Because a
that
lot of
that much back.
our grandmamas and aunties and shit worked in the cafeterias at the
Yep.
schools.
Yep. Miss Rita, I'll never forget her. Miss Rita. Miss Rita. Miss Rita. I remember her from a
Now
little
we had
girl.
one of our aunties worked in the school when I was in junior
Yep.
high, and she'll
Yep.
be like, "Get what you gonna get and come on through," because she was
Yep.
at the register. She was a supervisor, and we'll
Yep.
grab what we gonna grab and go on through.
Yeah, we had our families and people in our community that lived right in the hood with us, worked at the school, even with the crossing guard. We know who she was.
Yeah.
And we had the lunch lady, Miss Rita, all of them lived in the projects. And the assistants in the classroom, they was
Hmm.
all our women our
You
mamas and
know,
daddies hung with or slept with.
and
Or
getting this program started for them children, Sister Beth, is a good idea.
uh,
A
that's
couple of
what
years
we gotta
ago, I
do.
was doing it before all this. We was raising like money to get children that was less fortunate that couldn't, have good shoes and all this. So we would do fundraisers and we would, get people to donate and we would make sure these children had it.
Yes,
But I guess
yes.
as time went on, people got less interested, in helping. So I just like, well, they ain't calling no more meetings.
Empress,
They're not doing nothing. So,
I'm sending
huh?
you an invite. I'm set my classes for establishing the family tribe and bringing back those programs is every Saturday at 6 o'clock Eastern. Every
Okay.
Saturday. And I'm going
Okay.
to send you the link. I would love for you to come to one of my level one classes. You, Frida, and what's the other one that with the sexy voice?
Namaste.
Cherokee
Cherokee to
Tulu
the,
and Namaste. I would
yeah.
love for y'all sisters to come and join me
Okay.
and the level class. I know we'll have a ball in there, y'all, with the people. And because I go in detail about all the things that it stopped after us, Empress, if you really think about
It
it.
did. It
It
did.
stopped after us. And that's what kept us together, playing together as kids. These kids, they don't even play together no more. They be on,
They ready to fight each other, and I
no,
hate to see that.
they be on the tablets playing the games and they don't see each other.
Yes.
They play my Willie's son deal with a whole bunch of people in India some damn where. It
They
ain't
do.
nobody like in the direct hood. It's people from, which is a beautiful thing. I wish we had that opportunity. That
Yeah.
because we were sheltered and we didn't get to socialize with people from India. All we
Yeah.
knew all our life was Chinese people because they was the only ones not scared to open up business in our hoods. They didn't
True.
give a fuck. Chinese.
That's true.
So I,
You didn't
I,
see the
I grew
other
up
foreigners until later in the 90s. The Chinese was
right
there early.
from the get go. They
Mm-hmm.
wasn't scared and they understand us. And I've never had a Chinese person and that owns Chinese restaurants in our hood ever be rude to us. It took them a long time to understand us, but now I mean, when I go in there and sometimes I get a little teary eyed with the family that's there because I was like, do you know that I knew you since I was 16? And he said, I remember you all those years. He said, me and you the same age. I said, are you serious? You was 16 when you was working. He said, when I met you, I was 16. And so we grew up together. And he's great, getting great. And
Mm-hmm.
he know me by my first name, first of all.
Yeah.
And you know, I said, you know, I've been coming here that many years. I said, do you know how old I am now? He said, you got to be my age, 56, 57. I said, my God, that's how long we knew each other. I've been coming to
Mm-hmm.
buy from your restaurant. But over the years, now our people have a different respect for Chinese people in their restaurants.
Yeah.
And we kept them in business for all our lives.
Now it's
Now
time for us to
people
open
from
up
India are
ours.
starting to
Yeah.
open up businesses in our hood and we're having communications with them. I speak
See,
to
we had those
more
ma and pop shops. We had in our
uh-huh,
ma and pop grocery store. We had a kitchen in the back that cooked fresh hot foods.
hmm
You can come in, buy your groceries, but you can also stop in the kitchen in the back and
and
get you
get
some
you a
good
whole
soul
damn
food.
meal.
Yes, ma'am. And it's time for us to get back to that.
We need
Establish.
that.
Yes.
I
Because if they
remember
telling you that you're not gonna have this in such and such amount of time, that means you need to get to work.
facts.
And us coming doing lives ain't finna help us all. We
It's
can only
not.
give you so
We
much.
gotta come. I gotta come off the channel. I
Yes.
do, and that's why I've dedicated my weekends every weekend at 6 o'clock. It's
Okay.
straight up establish your family tribe. Now I
Yeah.
got level one is the dialogue like we're doing now. It's more of a dialogue
Mm-hmm.
to get them to understand what exactly they're doing when they open the family tribe. Level
Yes.
two
You know,
is
I've been hollering about that. I said, man, resurrect your bloodline.
facts.
Lord, stand
Mhm.
on your bloodline. That's the
Facts.
only thing. They can't tell you who the hell you ain't. They'll tell
Right.
you got the right to self-identify. My
Right.
blood identified me the moment I came out the womb. What are you talking about?
Facts. Facts. That's what I'm talking about. And if it's the matriarchs that gotta make this move so that we
Yes,
can bring them back, because we was in control of them any damn way. The men
yes.
did what we told them to do,
They
and
they
we
took
love it.
they carried it out.
Yeah,
And that's what
that's
we
what it
need. We
was.
need these young men that want to get out here, protect the neighborhoods, get the children off the streets. If they out here doing stuff they ain't got no business, you bring them home.
Right.
Bring them home.
And I was very happy because last week's class, it was more men in it than the women. And I was like, I was so happy. I was
Yeah.
so proud and so grateful for the brothers that I had in there. But there were sisters in there too. So this week I think it'll be a little bit better. So I
Yeah.
just tell people, look, if you want the link, all you got to do is register on the distribution list. You're gonna get the link. Our classes are every Saturday. The
Okay.
every Saturday. So all this month it's
Mm-hmm.
entry level. Next month is level 2. That's
Okay.
when that by that time the person says, you know what, I'm really ready to start this. I want to get it started. Because you got to learn what it's all about. And it brings back, especially people from our era, over Generation X. They're like, that's right, that's what it is.
Yep. Generation X.
There's so
We
much
the ones.
flexibility.
We the last of the Mohegans.
Yeah. We could do it and we could bring it back
Yep.
and we're gonna do it. I made a pledge to say, you know what? I'm not involving myself no more with this African American shit fighting on YouTube. This Moor shit, this Hebrew shit. I'm just gonna deal with my
Let them
people.
go, cause guess what?
Indians.
You know why I
That's
tell
all I
you I
gotta
don't
do.
argue with none of them, Sister Betty.
Yep.
You know why I don't argue with the more term and all that?
Yeah. I can't
Because
do it
in
no more.
order to be American, the real American, all the nations are up under Indian. You gotta
Facts.
come home one way or
Yep.
another.
Facts. And that's what it's all about, Empress.
Yep,
And I'm standing on Indian till the day I die.
that's me.
I swear.
Yeah,
But
that's
with
why I
that
keep.
being said,
And Frida tell you, I said, Frida, I'm not arguing with those people about their beliefs and shit. Cause if
yep.
they gonna claim to be American, you got to be one of these Indian nations.
Mm-hmm.
So what you gonna do?
Facts. That's a fact.
Yep. So I'm like, y'all can keep doing it. I'm not finna battle these people with that mindset. Cause guess what? To come home, you gotta claim one of these.
Yep. Some guy. Oh, I was on Sanchez channel yesterday. I had a good time. I love Sanchez. That's my brother. Sanchez, that's my brother. Holiday, that's my brother. Ab, all of them. I still love Dane. I don't give a fuck. I do. I'm my peeps. I'm never gonna break my love for any other brother. A1 too. I don't care. I ain't scared of A1. That's why I think he tolerates me. I- he tolerates the hell out of me. Any other
Yeah.
chick, A1 would cuss out. But I'm from
Mm,
the north like him, and he know I'm just gonna be stubborn. But
yeah.
I love A1. That's my nigga. I'm
Yeah.
serious. But I'm
Yeah,
still telling
I
nigga
love
I ain't
A1
no
too.
more.
He
I
stands
love.
on his principles.
I
That's
swear
why
I
I'm like,
love
I can't
A1.
argue with him because he stands
Yep.
on his principles. And
I
this is what
know.
how I get along with the Moors because I tell them, look, don't disrespect me and tell me I'm a Moor when I'm telling you I'm an Indian. And we'll always be cool because then we know there's a line in the sand. You know you the Moor and I'm the Indian. But
Who's
always
that
know in
from
order to
Detroit?
come home, you got to come back into the nations.
X.
I gotta say this, that the Moors
Oh my
started
goodness.
they
Here he
they
comes.
Who
no,
is
I just
that?
want to say that
This
what back
is King Cass.
I just want to
Oh
say this,
God,
y'all.
King
Back
Kiss
in
Come
ass.
on.
2006, back in 2006, the first person that told me that everything was over here and everything in Egypt and all that was the Moor. It was the Moor.
I learned a lot from the Moors too. Don't get it twisted, King Kiss ass. I learned a lot from the Moors.
I knew his little butt was coming up here.
I'm telling y'all, look, the Moors,
Well,
they didn't
we not.
open the
That's
gates
not
to a
who
lot
we
of
are,
business.
and that's not who we on this panel identify
Mm-mm.
as. More is not attached to my name. We Indians. I
Exactly.
don't care. It ain't a descriptive term to me, and I'm gonna stand
And
by that.
why is you
Just
over
like
here in
A1's
American
understand.
Indian business? That's what we.
Yeah.
The first thing is, why is you in America? Ain't you African?
My grandma told me I was Cherokee. I told y'all
No,
that.
oh no! Don't come on here with that mess. Kiss ass.
It's over.
We not doing that with you this time. You arguing with me for about 4 years about being an African. I thought you was gone because I haven't seen you. I thought you done already made it over to
This nigga
Africa.
that came up on the
No,
panel, he a
Yeah.
Cherokee.
I need some donations to go
No,
back.
no, we ain't donating. That we ain't. Cause you know, y'all, the motto is be all you can be. So we was hoping that you went to Africa to be all you can be.
No, my grandma back in the day, she said my granddaddy was a big black Cherokee man from Kentucky, and I don't, I ain't agree with
Kentucky,
that.
straight smoke coming for you now. Because now you're talking about, oh no, he's Arkansas. That's right.
So also you done gave up
Kentucky.
being an African.
Oh no, as much as I love my grandma, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Once we did the
You
DNA test,
disrespect her.
we look,
Look,
we
look,
had
let me
to.
tell you what's gonna outdo your DNA test. I got that research on the teeth shoveling of the American Indian, aka the ones y'all call it Negro. I guarantee you that you're American. I can look at you and tell you you're American. But if y'all want to argue for the Africans, I want y'all to know something, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes. Get the fuck out of our way, cause we coming.
That's right. That's right. And I
Get out
can't
the
wait.
way.
Oh
You
man,
know,
I'm
y'all,
looking
y'all
so
like to stay
forward.
over here in our business, keep up drama and all that. Get out the fucking way, because we've been put behind too long, far too long. And I'm
Right.
standing on my grandmama and granddaddy and the rest of my ancestors that transition. I'm standing on them, and they
That's
want
right.
y'all to fuck out the way. So I'm
That's
telling
right.
you, The
That's
line
right.
has been drawn in the sand. Get out the damn way. And
I
then
look
and
so
don't
forward
yes,
to
and don't
Empress.
get mad when we start talking about getting y'all deported out of here. Cause I'm damn sure
Look,
pushing for it.
well,
I'm
I'm gonna
pushing
tell her what
for
my
it.
grandma said as soon as they come to my house. Look, my
You
grandma
know you
told me.
said your grandmama, and I hope she put a pillow over your face at night and slapped you, cause goddamn it, this is where the blood ends. For you to disrespect your grandmama like you
A
doing,
pillow over his face.
yeah. I hope all your ancestors whoop your ass in your
Oh
sleep at
God.
night.
We
Oh
disappoint.
God.
Hey, look, we disappointed my auntie too when we showed her the DNA test because she was like, Choctaw people they be coming to our family reunions and everything, and I was waiting for this big old Choctaw thing. They never showed up, and we showed her the DNA test, and my auntie was disappointed.
Well,
All
let me
right, we
tell you
letting the
about your
police
DNA.
officer go.
Hey, when you took that DNA, did it find all your that white man that made all those babies with your great 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 grandmama?
Yeah, we found him. That's James Adair, the
How much
Indian
was the
trader.
percentage? How much percentage of that was in y'all?
Shit, for me in particular, I'm like high because it's on both sides. Because
Rita, you
my
welcome to
folks
hit the link,
Creole,
love.
they Creole on my dad's side, so I'm like 30%, almost 30%, like 28.
Now I'm confused. So the white man that started your bloodline in
You
America is less than him and more of an African in you? I'm
Well,
confused
this
because
is
it's a 50-50 thing when your ancestors is making babies with these Caucasians. So how do you have more African in you than the people that started the bloodline here in America?
well. Let me say this: James Adair was allegedly married to a Cherokee woman, allegedly, right? So it might pop up. You know what I'm saying? Like that might be what they talking about because he was James Adair, the Indian trader. He came from
Are you are
Scotland.
you are you born into your nationality, or you wait 20, 30 years to become a nationality?
look
Well,
at
no, I
Frida.
just
She's
say
so pretty. Come
nationally.
on up, Frida.
I just acknowledge myself as Black American or African American because I use that, put that down, and everything.
And
There's
these
no
are the
such
people that
thing
we
as
got to
two.
pull from.
It's only.
You got to
First of
go.
all, there's no such thing being two continents. Second of all, like I asked you, either you half and half of the blood, like I said, you take it on both. And how y'all think somebody can trace y'all back into y'all ancestors a million years ago? I mean, just be real with yourself. I know y'all want to be a part of this big black movement, but for y'all to be pro-black, y'all ain't got no fucking power. Cause how the hell they still dragging y'all out of y'all cars and whooping y'all ass with your pro-black ass? You've been
Well,
pro-black from the moment they snatched you off the coast of Africa, but yet you niggas couldn't figure out how to get the fuck off the boat. I know y'all knew how to swim.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
why you had all them
it ain't add
revolutions.
up.
You had all the revolutions that
You
happened and
niggas
stuff.
didn't
And
have y'all didn't
the
have a car, so I knew you knew how to swim.
y'all got to get that book, The Black Slave Revolts in America, American
No,
Slave Revolt.
man. No,
And
no,
guess who
That's
no.
a
they?
good
Cause
book.
wait a minute, the Negroes owned the slaves. So how's that?
Well, what's name? He been lying about that. A1. I don't know
No,
why he
no,
keep with
no.
that
I done
story.
read the book myself. No, sir. No, sir. Stop
They
it.
was
And matter of
they
fact,
was
Sister Betty, when we was doing
Oh no, what happened? She must have got a phone call.
Yeah, it probably went out.
I
Them
think she probably
ancestors.
got a phone call.
She got a call
Y'all
from the
subscribe to
ancestors. They said
episode
stop.
of channel. Y'all be laughing. All I gotta say is don't be drinking no water while she talking because you're gonna choke. And make sure you pee pee because you're gonna pee on yourself.
Hey y'all, I'm at work. I just shout out to the
I just want
sisters.
to ask
Oh,
you
there you
though,
go. There you go. You had went
yeah,
out.
yeah, my phone rung. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
it's a lot of things. What is he doing? He getting pulled over by the police?
No, I'm
Who?
over here. I'm at work. I gotta get off the phone in a second. So I was just tapping in with y'all. I'm listening to y'all at work.
Well, hopefully before we get your ass deported, you'll get it together.
Well, I'm going to Sierra Leone. I'm going to get that citizenship over there. I'm
Okay,
getting
now
that
you
shit.
gotta go. You
Yeah,
gotta
you
go. It's
get the
time to
kill out
go.
here.
You gotta
This
go.
right
No,
here is the reason why our
a
people messed up.
distraction. A
Yeah.
distraction. And when you got, you know, 1,300 people watching, we serious. And Empress, I swear, it would be an honor to have you and Frida and
I,
Cherokee
I
and
will attend.
Namaste.
I'm gonna go out
I
and come
hope
back
y'all
in,
do.
Sister Betsy, because it's making this noise. I'm gonna go out
Oh,
and come
okay.
back in. Okay.
Okay. Hey, Isness, you quiet. You busy with the boy, the babies? I know she said that she had to run out for a minute with the kids. But yes, y'all, please subscribe to Empress Holbert. And oh, let me put this in the chat room right now. Copy. If you want to attend the class, you have to. Um, there she go. Nice. There you go. Hey, if you want to attend the class, you have to be on the distribution list so we can
Okay.
send you the link. I
Okay.
got your email. You
Yes.
automatically get it. I already got your email.
Okay.
But
Thank you so
please
much,
share it.
Sister Betsy.
I don't have Frida in them emails, so please share it
Okay.
with Frida,
Once you send it to me, I send
Namaste,
it to all them.
Cherokee, Tulu. Share it to them so we could dialogue
Yes.
and I can really tell y'all. We can go in and tell you what it's all about because I want to get as many as our people as I can. Our name should be up there too on that IRS thing. Our
Okay.
families, whatever Indian we is, and our family last name. Like you, I know you Cherokee. I mean, if your family is predominantly from Tennessee, that's all Cherokee land. They sold it, and I showed you how they sold it.
Yes. Yes.
So,
This is Cherokee.
so let's say your last name is Holbert, um, Holbert Cherokee Family Tribe. Bomb. That's it. That's what we're gonna do. We our last names that we have and
No,
whatever Indian we is. What
I'm
that's it.
part of the Powhatan bloodline, which is
Or
Cherokee.
Power Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
it's still Cherokee.
ain't they out of Virginia too, right?
Yes. Yep.
Deep. Pocahontas, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've traced my people. The more I'm getting into it, I mean, Virginia, North Carolina. I mean, we everywhere. Missouri, because people don't understand doing all these things that they was doing. We was moving.
yeah, we was. We knew how to move around on our land. That's one thing.
Facts.
You gotta ask yourself, if you got a runaway slave, how the hell they know where to go if it ain't their land?
Okay. And like I
And
was saying before my phone run, you remember when you was helping me with mine, and he's talking about no, there wasn't no niggas at slaveholder. You seen that on my tree.
oh God, yeah. Oh yeah.
So I mean, like,
And
what is you
Empress is
talking
deep
about?
Indian. She
It was
mad Indian.
intention. It was
Her father
intention
looked just
service.
like an Indian.
Yeah.
He looked just like an Indian, yes. And she got a beautiful family, yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Sister
Empress,
Betty. Huh?
here's the one thing that I said that they got right in the Roots movie. There's only one thing that was right in that movie.
What?
Remember, your name is Toby. They changed us to from who we really was.
Now when we was
Yep.
Kuta Kinte, they changed us to Toby.
There
See,
you
people
go.
think Kuta Kinte is an African. It's not. It's a Choctaw word.
Wow.
And I got an image. This is how they done played us so much. Y'all remember these dashikis y'all was running around here with? And y'all know that design that they have on those dashikis at the top. That went on from one side and it looped down and back around.
The little what do you call it? The
It's like
little
the fabric, the look,
yeah,
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 the
yeah, yeah,
design.
yeah. Yeah.
Guess what that was? That's the y'all know that image of the slave ship that's on the front of the Bible, the King James version. That's what that is. I said, what the hell? And y'all niggas
Wow.
running around here with dashikis on. Y'all got the whole slave ship on your neck. I'm done. I said, boy, these people
Yeah.
so play with us a whole life. And I can just
Mm.
see them sitting back laughing at us. Because
Yeah.
I know they like, look at these fools running around here with this slave narrative on they telling people that they slaves even though they not the slaves. See, that's how
One
you became a slave. You agreed to it.
and it's two people in YouTube that freak me out. I'm like, Tara Tahutin Seti, am I saying his name right?
Saru said it. I know. Yeah, I don't never
I'm
pronounce
like,
it.
this nigga look like the biggest damn Powhatan chief in the damn YouTube. I'm like, where's your African features, sir? he looked like one of them damn Powhatans. Because a lot of Virginians are mixed, just like here in
Yes.
Connecticut. We're heavily mixed. And a lot of Indians came out in Connecticut with more of their European features. But this dude, I'm like, what part of him is African? And maybe his underarms are African. I don't know. And then the dude, Unk, that looked like a
Oh
damn
God.
chief. I'm like, oh, I told you was African.
They
And
did
he's
when they
in beard.
started listening to all those fools that's sitting at that
I'm like,
round table that's been playing this whole thing with us.
I'm done. I'm done with these niggas. I can't do it no more. So it's my time to step away. I come and do my lectures live, and then on the weekends, I look forward to Saturday
Yeah.
because I get to
I'll be
get
there.
our people. I can't wait. And if you can't, it's always next Saturday. And I
Okay.
think I got one. I don't think it's this Sunday. Let me look at my calendar. I know it's every Saturday this month.
Okay.
But I could have sworn I got one. It's a Sunday, or is that with the Chiefs? This Sunday. No, it's this Sunday. It's not this Sunday, but it's this Saturday at 6 o'clock. Saturday the 20th, Saturday the 27th, and February 3rd. But
Yeah.
this Saturday, this Sunday, it's our women's tribal meeting, and the Sunday after that, yeah, we leave the Sundays for the tribe meetings, and
Okay.
all the Saturdays, every Saturday at 6 o'clock. I had to
Okay.
put myself on YouTube. I said, I'm not gonna do it. I'll do YouTube, but it's time for me to teach and pull away.
Mhm.
I watch my brother's channels, Chief, Dane. I watch everybody, Top Cats, everybody. I had a
Mhm.
good time on Top Cat. That brother is smart as hell.
He is. He's
Brothers,
smart as well.
oh
I was
my
over there
God,
today.
he's smart as a goddamn whip. And
Yep.
I was on Sanchez last night, shutting the Moors down on his
Mhm.
channel. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna stop. And he said, "Son, we need to send Sister Bethy after Tariq." I'm like, no, and
Nah.
no. Instead of Top Cat, I'm like, no, you need to send. That's who you need to send. Top Cats.
Top Cat. Yep.
Top Cats. That's who you send after his ass. Top Cats. Because he's
Definitely
smart.
Top Cat.
He
And we
don't
got
back
some
down from
on
no debates. Top Cats don't back down from no debates.
nope. Now we got some on TikTok that's real good, but the thing is with all those little young boys over there on TikTok, they got an ego problem. These people
Yeah.
really think they the one started this movement. I told them we started this movement, we were showing our face. And we was the ones putting our face out there in the beginning that made it comfortable for y'all to come out.
Oh yeah,
People thought
that's
we
a
was
fact.
crazy.
When I came in here 5 years ago, you had already had 5 years in. So if I got 5 years in, that means you got 10 years.
Yep.
And like Chief Holiday and all of them, they got like 15, 20 years
Yeah.
almost up in here. And A1 and all, they all got almost,
Yep.
they going on 20 years. Yeah.
They've been here a long time.
Yep. So that being said, y'all, I put the link in the chat to register. You know, the only thing, you got to cut your camera on because that's a sign of being real. When you don't cut your camera on, you're deceitful. You're back there stealing stuff. Empress, you wouldn't be surprised what these folks be doing. They be having a whole crowd of people. One guy, I'm telling you, one lecture I gave, dude had like a bunch of people and they're watching.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, no, we will not do this. This is disrespectful. So if you're serious, you'll cut your camera on. And
Yeah.
by me telling them to cut their camera on, that's how I know the people that are in there are being serious. You're showing your
Yeah.
face. So I look forward to Saturday. But it's 6:30 now. I'm hungry. And I'm gonna go get me something to eat. I love y'all, and I'm about to get on up out of here.
I love you too, Sister Betty. Y'all have a masterful rest of the day.
Same thing, and be careful out there driving in that mess, girl. I'm scared
I
of
am,
ice.
because it's supposed to come back again tomorrow. So
I'm
I
scared
just
of
wanted to go
ice.
on and do it now so I can get it over with.
I will not drive in it. You brave. I won't drive in it. I get Willie to drive me down
Yeah.
to the corner because I'm so scared
My
of
daughter
ice.
right here, she with me, but I don't trust her to drive it either. She
I'm
says she can
scared.
drive in it, but I trust my driving.
Me too. And I won't drive in it. That's how much I trust my
Yeah.
driving. Because I do the wrong thing. And my daughter told me, no, you will not drive me in snow no more. Because the car slipped and I put my hands over my eyes.
Oh,
She said,
wow.
what you take your hands off the wheel for, Ma? You crazy.
I was hitting corners. My daughter's like, you act like it ain't snow out here hitting these corners like it.
She's like, would you take your hand off the wheel? I cover my eyes. So, yeah. So I love y'all, and I'm about to get on up out of here,
All
y'all.
righty.
Y'all be
Peace
good.
and love, y'all.
Peace and love, y'all. Honor, much honor.